presents high school volleyball action.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome down here on the Mackey Motors tailgate. Jeff Blankman along with Mason Nealon tonight. We've got a double header of volleyball, actually a triple header of volleyball coming up for you tonight. We've got IKM-Manning hosting both Coon Rapids-Bayard and ESAC. The schedule tonight, the first match is going to be Coon Rapids-Bayard taking on IKM-Manning. The second match tonight will be ESAC County taking on Coon Rapids-Bayard, and the final match of the night will be ESAC County against IKM-Manning. All three are going to be broadcast for you here tonight on the radio. You can also watch all three of them on the exact same video broadcast. You won't have to log in and log out yet for each one of these. And our video broadcast of all three matches tonight brought to you by Western Iowa Network's blazing fast, reliable fiber internet with no data caps. And again, we're coming to you here from the Mackey Motors tailgate, brought to you by Mackey Motors of Lake City, recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 16 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City. Check them out online as well at MackeyMotors.com. We are coming to you live here as well from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. And again, we thank Gatorade and Pepsi Beverages of Carroll for sponsoring our broadcast booth each and every night when we're out covering all of our high school sports. What a matchup we've got in our first match here tonight, Mason. Two of our elite programs right now in volleyball, two of our top teams going to be squaring off as Coon Rapids-Bayard under head coach Natalie Lewis coming in 12-1 on the season. They lost their first match of the year at the OABCIG tournament on Saturday, falling to OABCIG. For IKM-Manning, they come in 11-2 on the season overall. Their two losses, they fell to Carroll in the first match of the Carroll tournament this past Saturday, bounced back to beat the Tigers in the championship round. They also lost at Underwood 2 weeks ago. Last week, though, they knocked up two ranked teams in Trainer and Missouri Valley on the road. So, Mason, this one should be a really exciting, fun one. I have a feeling this is going to be a three-setter here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, 3 losses combined on the year, and they're both of them after tonight going to be halfway through the season. You look at this weekend, too, both of them winning a tournament. You only lose the one match with Coon losing to OABCIG, IKM-Manning losing to Carroll. Both teams winning those tournaments. They're hot off of that. You had 1 day of break between the Saturday and Sunday, and now you come back Monday and you have this triangular right here where you kind of have the headline match right away of the two teams that are kind of 1 loss, 2 loss, the kind of giants in this one here. But, I mean, it should be a fun match right away. Yeah, should be a fun night. ESAC County is going to come in capable probably of beating both of these teams tonight. I think we're going to have 3 fun matches for you here this evening. We'll step away, take a break, back with more of our Mackey Motors at tailgate. That is coming up after 2.5 minutes here on Kick 106.7.
This fall, cozy up with internet that keeps up. With WindSpeed Fiber Internet from Western Iowa Networks, enjoy 1 gig speeds for just $99.99 a month. Perfect for streaming, football, fall shows, and working from home. No lag, no interruptions, just the speed you need all season long. Other speed packages available starting at just $59.99 a month. Call or text 712-775-2946 for details or visit westinet.com today. Western Iowa Networks, connecting you to what matters for 120 years.
Only Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
Oh, hell no, not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712-ROOF-PRO. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712-ROOF-PRO.
These DMACC Carroll campus students are tomorrow's nurses. They're leaders, smart, dedicated, and they care about their community.
My experience in DMACC nursing so far, I get to make a difference in people's lives during their most vulnerable times, and I build friendships along the way.
The interaction between the faculty, staff, and professor with the students are really close. They really help us a lot every time.
Get started today.
Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been serving Lake City and the surrounding communities with new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Mackey Motors is a full-service dealership providing oil changes in our Quick Lube Express bays, a service department with world-class trained technicians, a body shop and collision center with the latest equipment, a full vehicle detailing department, or come talk with one of our highly knowledgeable sales staff.
Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 16 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City. MackeyMotors.com.
Back here on the Mackey Motors tailgate, brought to you by Mackey Motors of Lake City, recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 16 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City. Check them out online as well at MackeyMotors.com. Mason, a lot of people are going to look at the numbers because everybody loves to look at hitters, and they're going to go, wow, there's some great ones. Addison Bandow, Keegan Ascheid, Malia Kleberg, three of our top hitters in the area. I think they're going to forget we've got two liberos that have recently broke some records or hit some milestones here in the last couple of weeks. Anna Hart, the libero from Coon Rapids Bayard, went over 1,000 digs. I think it was last week in one of their matches.
It was
or
the
2
Exira
weeks
match
ago.
that I did
yes,
two Thursdays ago.
2 Thursdays ago, so about a week and a half ago. And then Anna Stengel from IKM-Manning the other night against Missouri Valley last Thursday night. I wasn't aware of it until they finally told me.
Yeah, neither of us were.
Yes, they just posted it today to let us know. She said she was aware of it, but she became the all-time digs leader in IKM-Manning history on Thursday night in their win over Missouri Valley. So we can look at the hitters. We've got some great ones, but we've got some great back row players here tonight as well.
Yeah, you talk about back row players. I think all around you have good players here. You have two good setters between Carly Arp and Amelia Cook. You have a really good back row when you look at it between our two liberos there, and then you have really good hitters around here, and that's what makes these two programs good, and that's what makes them special. I mean, to have 1 loss and 2 loss respectively, you got to have a good all-around program.
And Coon, I think everybody anticipated them being good coming into this season. IKM-Manning, there were some questions. You've seen this group that's now seniors that's kind of leading this recharge of IKM-Manning volleyball. A lot of them were starting as freshmen. They took their bumps and bruises. Last year they got close to 500. I think people were thinking, oh, they could be pretty competitive. They've been more than competitive this year.
Yeah, if you've been following IKM-Manning volleyball for a while, I mean, you see it that, like, when these girls stepped in as freshmen, they were under 500. You keep growing a little bit, and last year you get to the point where you've almost seen that success. You've almost gotten over the hump of 500. I think now more than ever, these girls that are seniors are more hungry to win.
And Coon, again, under head coach Natalie Lewis, they're the team to beat right now, I would say, in the Rolling Valley Conference with the way they have been playing. So this should be a fun one. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. We're back with more of our Mackey Motors tailgate starting lineups for Coon Rapids Bayard IKM-Manning volleyball coming up next here on KIK 106.7.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
it's okay.
Your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
For details, contact Nicole Unken at Nicole Unken Agency.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Great triple header of high school volleyball for you here tonight on Kick 106.7. Jeff Blankman, Mason Nealon with you here again tonight. You can also watch and listen to our triple header of volleyball this evening on our CB Sports Network YouTube channel. That is being brought to you by Western Iowa Networks. Blazing fast, reliable fiber internet with no data caps. And we're getting ready for Coon Rapids Bayard, IKM-Manning, the first matchup tonight. And for you, Mason, what are your keys for both of these teams to come out of here with a win tonight?
I think you're going to have to key in on some of those hitters. I know we talked about the back row being a factor as well, but you know that back row is going to have to be a factor in saying that you got to get the ball back up to your setter and get it back going the other way. For IKM-Manning, you know you're going to have to key in on Malia Clayberg. Obviously, she's one of the better hitters in that Rolling Valley Conference. You're going to have to look at her and say, hey, we're going to have to go up with 2 blockers and maybe get it stopped right at the net, or we're going to have our back row ready to go. And for Coon Rapids Bayard, I think it's just for them, get the ball up to Amelia Cook and get it to Malia Clayberg, or get it to Aubrey Hoffbauer, somebody in that front row that knows what they're doing, because these senior girls on Coon Rapids Bayard have been there and done that plenty of times.
And I'm glad you brought up Aubrey Hoffbauer, because if IKM-Manning focuses too much on Malia, Aubrey's been the other girl that stepped up and played really well at the net for them so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, they got hitters after hitters, and I mean, you go from Malia Clayberg to Aubrey Hoffbauer to Maya Downing to Maddie Mason. You got quality hitters all the way around for Coon Rapids Bayard.
Crusaders again 12-1 on the season overall. IKM-Manning at 11-2 on the season. And if I understand correctly, they're not doing the national anthem until before the 3rd game of the night here. So we're going to stay live all the way through. So I'll just kind of explain. You're going to hear the sponsors for all 3 of the teams tonight all the way through this evening. At the end of the first game, Coach Michaela Cron's going to come up and interview with Mason. I'm going to go down on the court and interview a couple of the IKM-Manning girls on video interviews. I'll get those posted later tonight. After the second game, we're going to have Coach Natalie Lewis from Coon Rapids Bayard come up, and Mason will go down and video interview a couple of the Crusader girls. And then after the third match, we'll get Brandon Steiger to come up and interview, and one of us will run down and grab 2 video interviews or a video interview with 2 of the ESAC girls as well. So we're going to get live radio interviews with all of the coaches tonight, video interviews with 2 of the girls after their matches here tonight. So should be a fun evening, and we'll get those video interviews up on the CB Sports Network YouTube channel later tonight at sports.1380kcm.com. Also on the CB Sports Network YouTube page, the Facebook page, and the Twitter page. We'll also have our Culver's Player of the Game coming up. We'll have that for each of the 3 matches tonight, and we'll get those Culver's Player of the Game banners put up on the CB Sports Network website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages coming up later tonight. And Mason, we're going to type up recaps of all 3 of these games tonight, and the Audubon girls tennis matchup that's still going on down in Atlantic here tonight. We'll have all those on the Brinks Exterior Sports Report at sports.1380kcm.com coming up later tonight.
I was going to ask, is your voice okay from trying to explain everything we're going to do tonight? You look at it. When you look at the schedule, it's like, oh, it's just 3 volleyball matches and then a tennis match. But we're doing video on YouTube. We're doing Player of the Game for everyone, video interviews, typing all of that. We're doing everything here tonight, so it's full coverage for this.
I'm going to make you work till about 5 a.m. How's that sound?
I can go sleep on the couch at the office then, and I'll wake up right at 6.
There you go. There you go. It is going to be Coon Rapids Bayard on the far side of the floor if you're watching the video. IKM-Manning right down below us. And it looks like Anna Hart getting set to serve here tonight, and we are ready to go. Grace Carroll, of course, injured for Coon Rapids Bayard. She rolls the ball down to Anna. Both of these programs know each other well. The girls were all joking with each other when Coon Rapids Bayard showed up tonight about what locker room everybody was using. Hart with the first serve, comes at A-side back left, now to Arp. Arp will go back set right side to Addison Bando, and that's going to drop in for Addison. She'll pick up a kill on her first attempt. She's got 107 kills now on the season. And the Wolves will take the early 1-0 lead.
And you see IKM-Manning get out there hot right away, but don't be surprised if Coon Rapids Bears come back with an answer right away.
Serve received that time by Ella Heidoff to go into the middle to Kleberg. We're going to get a net violation going to go on IKM-Manning. So we're going to have our first tie here as Kleberg will pick up the kill. Amelia Cook picking up that assist. Kleberg now 159 at kills on the season. And we are tied for the first time here in this first set. And Aaliyah Kleberg now going back to serve. Serve on the way, played by Stengel, tracked down by Arp. Out of the middle is A-Shai, touch to the net by and blocked by Clucky, and that's going to be up and into the net by Bandow. And we'll have our first lead change as IKM-Manning now trailing Coon Rapids Bayard 2-1. A nice block that time by Clucky in the middle on that attack. Kleberg again set for the jump serve. She'll come back left to Olivia Lindy. A-Shide will set out of the back row to Ella Langle out of the left. Hart gets it up to Cook. Left side, Hoffbauer. Roll shot down the line. And that time, Carly Hart probably should have played that one. She thought Lindy was behind her, and Lindy ended up having to run over and dive to get that one. So the kill going to fall in for Hoffbauer, her first of the night. And Coon Rapids Bayard to stretch their lead here to 3-1 as Kleberg again set to serve it away. Lindy will get it up to Arp. Left side now to Langle. Langle has it touched the net off of Clucky. Set by Cook over to Hoffbauer. Hoffbauer gets it between the block. Bando and A-Shide. And it's a 4-1 Coon Rapids Bayard lead. And Aubrey Hoffbauer right now leading all hitters with 2 kills on the night.
Yeah, and Coon Rapids Bayard does this almost every game that they win here is they go on these big runs right away and they get themselves a lead so that when they do make some easy mistakes that they can get back into it right away.
Kleberg with a good serve over now to Arp to A-Shot in the middle, pushed over by Cook. Arp over to Stengel, pushes across that time on the tip by A-Shot, dug by Hart. They'll go left side again to Hoffbauer. She's unable to clear that one as she transitioned not wide enough, and then when she came in, she attacks it towards the inside. That set was up and over her head. So the Wolves on the board now, down 4-2. Kaylee Rasmussen going to check in for Caitlin Bando. And it'll be Macy Grun checking into the lineup for Lindy. Going back to the service line is going to be Rasmussen. Rasmussen's done a nice job. 11 ace serves on the season so far. Deep one, and that one just a tad bit long. Anna Hart drifting back with it. Ella Heidoff right there along with her to tell her that one is going to go long. Maddie Mason now checking in for Ella Heidoff. It's a 5-2 Crusader lead.
And correct me if I'm wrong, we're playing best 2 of 3 sets to 25.
To 25, tonight. Yep. They were going to go 21, decided to go 25, and now Amelia Cook drops in an ace. As that time Stengel was dropping back but didn't play it. I think she thought it was going to go long. It didn't. And Amelia Cook now picks up the ace, and it's a 6-2 lead in favor of Coon Rapids Bayard. We've got a question over at the scores table right now. Jeannie Statlander, our down official, talking with Virginia Rasmussen, and they're talking about something. So I don't know if we had a substitution issue or something. And Jeannie now looking out on the floor to try and figure things out. And they're talking with head coach Natalie Lewis. So it's got to be something with where everybody's lined up, if there's even an issue. But they're trying to figure out if that is or not.
I will say volleyball very meticulous about that. I've learned
Yes.
that here right away, as now the scoreboard's not up and running either.
Yeah, so the scoreboard accidentally, I think, has been kicked off, and they'll get that replugged back in.
Yeah, it looked like it just got unplugged there, so it kicked off the scores table as well as the scoreboard.
Yep, power for it is actually on the bottom, right in front of the front row of the bleachers, and I think somebody walked in and actually caught their foot on it and unplugged the scorer's table, and that's the reason why we don't plug in to the plug-in that's about 10 feet away from us, because it's also run off the scoreboard, and if we'd have been plugged into that one, we'd have gotten shut off in the middle of our broadcast. So now they're trying to get the scoreboard to work again here. But our lead is 6-2 right now in favor of Coon Rapids Bayard. Michaela Cron, the head coach for IKM-Manning, over now trying to work on that plug-in. Brad Benton, who is one of the line judges, also taking a look at it. They're going to see if maybe the breaker tripped as he'll go down and take a look at the breaker. Now the scoreboard comes back on, so they got it working. I don't know if it was Coach Cron or if it was Mr. Benton that ended up getting it. But we're going to be back to action. Good start here for Coon Rapids Bayard. IKM-Manning's been a little bit rattled in the back row here so far. They have not serve received very well, and they've been out of system. And that's been part of the issue here so far. Natalie Lewis still at the scores table, though. Mason talking with Gene Statlander, our down official and one of the great officials in the state of Iowa. So the only question I wonder is I know on bound they have Ella Heidoff as 24 and she wears 7. So I don't know for sure if they maybe have the right number on the lineup sheet. They also have a couple of other girls that have the and or number. So I wonder if they put the right number down on there or not. So
yeah, I know it happened a couple of times when I was down in Exira. You look at the numbers when
So
they're on the road that are different than being at home.
And we are going to get a rotation violation going to go against Coon Rapids Bayard. I don't know if they'll take away that last ace serve from Amelia Cook. Jeannie talking right now with the scorers table, so we'll see. They're going to put 3 on the board. I knew they would do that. Is it going to remain 6-3? I think that's going to be the case.
And I say you get that point for IKM-Manning, and you also kind of the momentum kind of slows when you're not playing.
And now
so
Jeannie going to go down
500 again.
And now Jeannie going to go down and talk with Michaela Cron, because the question I was wondering, and we'll have to talk with Coach maybe afterwards to get the explanation that they're getting from the officials, is if they were out of rotation before Amelia's ace serve, did the ace serve not count because of the rotation violation?
Looks like they're going to keep the 6 up there.
They are going to keep the 6 up there. Keegan Ascheid now to serve. That'll go back left to Hart, up to Cook. Back row set to Clayburg. Free balls it across to Ascheid, up to Hart. Tips it across. And Art picks up the kill. Carly, that left-handed setter. If you have a left-handed setter, you should use your left hand if you're a setter on the second ball to go up. If you go up to your right, a lot of times you're going to get caught in the net. And having a left-handed setter is so huge. It's hard to get with the serve receive. That'll go straight up. Mason tracks it down. Hoffbauer now has to free ball it across. Stengel over to Arp. Arp comes over to the Langle left side, dug by Hoffbauer near the donut. Cook goes back over to Hoffbauer and again through the block, but that one's going to miss long. And that's going to pull IKM-Manning within at 6-5. And right now, IKM-Manning not getting that block closed when they're closing out on Hoffbauer, and both times she's attacked, she's went right through that block. Hard to Cook, now to Mason, touch to the net, kept alive by Ascheid, over to Stengel. Langle now unable to get that one across as Stengel's ball goes up and into the bottom of the net. Over on the left front, Maya Downing checking in for Hart, 7-5. Coon Rapids Bayard with the lead. Ashton Clucky will go back to serve for the Crusaders. Clucky leading them with 21 aces on the year, and it almost picked up number 22. Kelly Rasmussen will free ball it across. Clucky up to Cook. Nice pass over to Hoffbauer. Goes around the block. We're going to get a touch on Stengel. That time they got the block closed, so she did a nice job of thumbing down to get that one around the block.
Yeah, and you described that to me. It's something that, still goes over my head when I watch it there, how hitters can go from looking straight and then throwing cross.
Arp sends it up and in the middle, and the attack is going to sail long for Macy Grun. Grun's been playing well for the Wolves here off of the bench. Her and Caitlin Bando have done a nice job in the middle, especially defensively, and Grun has come on offensively as late. 9-5 Crusaders, and the serve this time is going to sail long for Ashton Clucky, and the Wolves on the board here down 9-6. And again, we're playing to 25. As Mason said, it is just the best of 3 sets tonight, so whoever wins 2 sets first will be the winner. The third set would go to 15. Hoffbauer has to free ball it out to the right side. We'll see if the Wolves can use it. Stengel over to Art, now to Bando. Addison Bando has it touched the net, dug by Harp. Left side, they'll work it over to Hoffbauer, dug by Stengel to Art, back over to Bando, and that's going to drop in for Addison Bando, her second. Harp with her second assist of the night. And the Wolves back within striking distance as they trail it here by a score of 9-7. What are you seeing so far, Mason?
Evenly matched is what I would say here. Both teams going on a run a couple times. Coon Rapids Bayard just had a bigger run early.
Stengel with the serve, played by Hoffbauer, kept alive by Cook. Mason free balls it to the donut. Stengel had to jump. Art tried to take the second ball. That's a tough one. It would have been tough for her to set it. She tried to take that second ball over the net on a line drive right at her head and shoves it right into the net. So the point will go to Coon Rapids Bayard, and that's where hustle gets you a point. That time Coon Rapids Bayard was out of system, but their hustle gave them a chance as they shoved to the donut. Rasmussen up to Art. Left side again to Bando, and that's going to drop in. Nice job. She went cross last time. This time they block cross, so she goes right into the back middle. And drops in her third kill of the night. 10-8 now in favor of Coon Rapids Bayard. Olivia Lindy will check in, as does Caitlin Bando. Kaylee Rasmussen and Macy Grun check out. Maddie Mason checking out. Ella Heidoff in for Coon Rapids Bayard. Served by Lindy. That's going to be a low one and into the net. 11-8 right now in favor of Coon Rapids Bayard.
Yeah, and tonight with all three of these teams, you could see three sets from each game here.
You could. You very easily could. Heidoff will serve it away for the Crusaders. Serve comes back middle to Stangl. Up now to Arp. Left side Bando. There's a big swing dug by Hart, but up and into the net, in behind the antenna, out of bounds. So Addison Bando with her fourth kill of the night. And if I'm Carly Arp, right now with her in that left front, I keep looking for her. You get a hot hitter, you keep going to him. Kind of the way Amelia Cook has continued to feed Hoffbauer, and now good hustle by Cook as the serve from Arp is going to be an ace. She got it off of Heidoff in the back. It was headed towards the crowd. Cook got over to it, but not able to do anything with it. Our second ace here tonight, first for IKM-Manning. Heidoff with the serve received. That'll be an overpass, and there's Addison Bando to tip that one straight down on the overpass. And IKM-Manning has climbed back in to tie this one at 11 apiece. Our second tie here in this first set.
Addison Bando going to get a lot of that credit so far to make this 11-11 tie.
Hoffbauer on the serve receive. Cook dumps it over on the second ball. Stangl keeps it alive. Caitlin Bando trying to free ball that one over, but Arp was coming as well. Bando kind of reached away from the ball and pulled back as she saw Arp coming. Needed to just go ahead and play that one because there was no way Arp was going to get to it.
Yeah, if you're in volleyball, you don't want to step on someone's toes, let them get the ball, but sometimes you have to be able to make the right play.
Yeah, can't let the ball hit the ground. Serve received by Ashide. Arp goes back set over to Bando, and that's going to be another kill for Addison Bando. She's got 6 here in the set already. And we're just 12-12 in this first set, our third tie in this first set.
Yeah, and it's, like I said, evenly matched. You go from having Kuhn go up to IKM-Manning crawling back, and you're just inching your way towards that 25.
Bando tries to attack the line. That's Addison on the serve. Now, if you're IKM-Manning, you've tied it 3 times. You just, every time you've gotten to that tie, you've made a mistake. We'll see if Kuhn can take advantage of it here. Malia Clayberg with that really good jump serve serves it right into the net. So that'll be a net fault and a service error. And we're tied for the 4th time. We were tied at 1, then 11, 12, 13. And now IKM-Manning serving to try and take the lead. Kaylee Rasmussen will head back to the service line. Serve on the way, goes back left, dug by Heidoff, up to Cook, left side Hoffbauer, and that'll be blocked. Kept alive on the dive by Kleber. Clucky diving as well, but unable to get to it. And IKM-Manning on the block has taken the lead back here at 14-13.
Yeah, now it's time to capitalize. You've seen it where both teams have crawled back in, but now one team has to pull away to be able to get that 25.
Kaylee Rasmussen again to serve it. That'll go deep middle, played up by Hart to Cook. Back row attack out of the right side from Clayberg, dug by Rasmussen, but up and under the net. So Clayberg will pick up another kill. That's going to be our 5th tie. And for Malia Clayberg, that is just number 2 for her tonight. Amelia Cook, who had the ace serve earlier and will serve it away. Stangl up to Arp. Now to Addison Bando in the middle. Touch the net, dug by Hart. Cook over to Hoffbauer. Free balls it across. Langle to Arp, right side, Ashide down the line. And that's one of the things that IKM-Manning, right now Hoffbauer is hitting the ball really well. But when you got Keegan Ashide and Addison Bando out on the floor, you've got 2 really great hitters out on the floor for IKM-Manning as they lead it here 15-14.
I think it also helps you put the left-handed hitter on the right side and the right-handed hitter on the left side so you open up that floor a little bit more.
Hoffbauer to Mason left side. That's going to be into the net. Wolves with their largest lead here in set 1. Up 16-14 is Keegan Ashide. Again, heading back to serve. She's got 12 aces on the year. She leads the team with kills with 132 coming into tonight, so a great all-around player. Cook over now to Mason left side. That'll be a cross dug by Stangl. Harp comes left side to Langle. Langle has it dug up by Clayberg to Hart, and then nobody takes the third ball. Everybody kind of started, and then everybody stopped, and That's where you got to communicate, you got to talk, and somebody's just got to go get the ball. The last thing you want to do is let a volleyball hit the floor. If we were in club practice, everybody'd be diving and rolling for that one. We're back in 30 seconds right here. Timeout by Coon Rapids Bayard. Wolves up 17-14.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Keegan Ascheid back to serve again for IKM-Manning. They've got a 3-point lead, their largest lead here in this first set. They jumped up 1-0, then fell behind 2-1. Didn't get the lead back till 14-13. And Ascheid will look to try and extend it. We'll see what the Crusaders do to try and end this run. Hart with a tough pass up to Cook. Bump set over to Mason. Free ball to cross to Ascheid to Arp. Left side to Lango. Cross court. Nice dig by Hart up to Cook. Right side to Mason. Touch to the net. Dug that time by Ascheid. Art comes back to attack for Ascheid. That'll be dug by Cook. Hart now will bump set it right side to Mason. Down the line. Dug by Clayberg. Arp comes left side to Langle, touched at the net, dug up into the air that time by Hart. Overpass, and IKM-Manning didn't read that as an overpass. They were late to respond to it, and it's going to be a point for Coon Rapids Bayard.
And that's what you expected when we talk about evenly matched all night. I mean, they go back and forth, and it's first team to make a mistake, the other team being able to capitalize, get the point.
Ashton Clucky to serve. That'll come back middle, and that's going to be an ace serve. Number 1 for her tonight. Again, leads this team with 21 aces coming into it. And it's now a 1-point Wolves lead at 17-16, and here comes the Crusaders. Keith Wagner in the gym, head boys basketball coach here. Esac County just showing up, and Ascheid's serve receive up and under the net, back-to-back aces, and we've got a timeout called by IKM-Manning as Clucky with those 2 aces has tied us at 17 apiece. We are tied for the 6th time. We're going to step away back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive health care for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
Ashton Clucky with another aggressive jump serve taken by Rasmussen over to Ascheid. Langle out of the left side, free roll shots it. Clucky gets it off to Cook, and out of Maya Downing, we're going to get a net violation going to go against IKM-Manning. And Coon Rapids Bayard now on the run, has taken the lead back here at 18-17. Our 3rd lead change here in this first set. Clucky again to serve, so it's a low one and into the net. Their last one was low too, but it cleared the net. This one does not. Addison Bando now checking in for Ella Langle. Anna Stengel will go back to serve for IKM-Manning. Short serve played up by Hoffbauer to Cook. They'll come left side to Mason, tipped across, dug by Ascheid. Arp comes left side to Bando, and that'll be dug by Hart in the back middle. Cook will come into the back row to Clayberg. Big swing, that's going to sail long. And IKM-Manning back on top here again. We're playing to 25. Our 4th lead changes. The Wolves lead it here 19-18.
Yeah, and you talk about Esac County just showing up here. They got second match, and Coon Rapids Bayard going back-to-back here tonight.
Downing will free ball it across. Rasmussen over to Arp. Left side to Bando. Touch the net. Dug by Clayberg. Cook pushes left side to Hoffbauer, and that is going to be into the net. 2 straight for IKM-Manning. Actually 3 straight, and they lead it here 20-18. That's the pleasure of being the home team. You always play first and last, so you get that break in between. Esac will play 2 in a row, playing 2nd and 3rd matches. Clayberg to Downing. She'll free ball it across. Back middle Rasmussen up to Art. Arp now over to Bando. That'll be touched to the net. Dug up by Cook. Hart going to get it over to Mason. Free ball it across. Dug by Stengel. Art pushes across and tips it into the left front. It was open. Kill number 2 tonight for Carly Arp. 21-18 in favor of the IKM-Manning Wolves.
We talked about a great setter there from Carly Art, being able to see the floor and see that you can get it right over Hoffbauer to get it in for a point.
Came up as a hitter, so she's certainly capable of it. Maddie Mason with a nice attack. That's going to be free-balled over on the overpass by Rasmussen. Back to Hoffbauer. Great cross by Aubrey Hoffbauer. Her 4th kill of the night. And Coon Rapids Bayard stops the Wolves' run, and they pull themselves within 2 here at 21-19 as Aubrey Hoffbauer heads back to the service line.
Yeah, and for Coon Rapids Bayard, you can't give up much more one of these mistakes because you're at 21 for IKM-Manning, so you only have 4 more to go.
A-Shide on the serve, received Art. Middle set now to Macy Gruen, and that'll drop in for Gruen. Told you that Gruen has really started to come on here as of late. That's her first kill tonight, but she's got 38 on the season and wasn't getting a ton of sets early in the season.
Yeah, and to add Macy Gruen to that lineup of already really good hitters between both Caitlin and Addison Bando as well as Keegan A-Shide, I mean, you got plenty of hitters now for IKM-Manning.
Olivia Lindy to serve. That'll go back middle, played by Hoffbauer up to Cook. They'll set it right side to Heidoff. Backhands it across over to Stengel left side. Art comes left side to Bando. Cross court, and that's going to drop in for Addison Bando. She's got 7 kills here tonight. And IKM-Manning has extended their lead here. They've matched their largest lead up 23-19. Neither one of these teams is going to panic trailing late in sets because they both know they're capable of making those comebacks. They're both talented teams. IKM-Manning using their new gym tonight for the JV matches. Lindy serve into the net, and that's the kind of break, if you're Coon Rapids Bayard, you want. For IKM-Manning, for any team that's leading late, you got to get those serves in. You want to be aggressive, but when you've got a chance to end a set, you just want to get it in. Heidoff will serve. That'll be played by Stengel. Art sets it left side for Bandel. That's going to be blocked, popped up by Art, tipped over by Arp. And it'll be Clayberg to Cook, now to Heidoff, down the line, dug by Stengel over to Arp. Left side Bando, dug by Hart back left, tracked down that time by Downing, and now Cook will free ball it to the donut. Stengel to Arp. Left side again to Bando off the top of the net. That's going to be pancaked by Hart and free balled over by Cook. Anna Hart with an amazing play. Caitlin Bando in the middle, dug by Hart to Cook, dumped to the donut, dug by A-Shide to Arp. Left side Caitlin to Bando, or Addison, and Addison going to give it set point as she picks up her 8th kill in this first set.
Yeah, and you can really tell out there the effort level is there from both teams. I mean, they're playing with everything they got here tonight. Both teams evenly matched, and you're seeing it now, just a 4-point lead for IKM-Manning. 2
good volleyball teams squaring off here tonight. Again, we've got a triple header for you here on Kick 106.7. Carly Art with the serve, dug by Hoffbauer over to Cook. Left side, Clayberg touched the net, popped up by Lindy. Caitlin Bando didn't see it, unable to really get the second ball up into the air. Malia Clayberg picking up her 3rd kill. Cook up to 6 assists. And it's still set point as Anna Hart goes back to serve. The Wolves with 3 set points. A-Shide to Arp. She'll come left side to A-Shide. Big swing, and that one drops on the line, and Keegan A-Shide will end the first set as IKM-Manning going to pick up the 25-21 victory. We'll step away, take a break. We're back in 2 minutes right here on Kick 106.7.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
For over 50 years, Pringer Slumberland has been your trusted destination for all things furniture and flooring. Hi, it's Matt Pringer, 3rd generation in our family-owned business. We understand the importance of creating spaces where memories are made and cherished. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, personalized service, and unbeatable value has made us a staple in the community. Pringer Slumberland is more than just a furniture store. We're part of your community, and when you shop with us, you're not just furnishing your home, you're investing in the livelihood of your neighbors. Pringer Slumberland, Highway 30 West in Carroll.
This fall, cozy up with internet that keeps up. With WindSpeed Fiber Internet from Western Iowa Networks, enjoy 1 gig speeds for just $99.99 a month. Perfect for streaming, football, fall shows, and working from home. No lag, no interruptions, just the speed you need all season long. Other speed packages available starting at just $59.99 a month. Call or text 712-775-2946 for details or visit westinet.com today. Western Iowa Networks, connecting you to what matters for 120 years.
Only Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
Coming to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Heading to set 2 here tonight. You can watch and listen to all 3 of our matches tonight here on the radio. You can watch them as well on the CB Sports Network YouTube channel, and that's brought to you tonight by Western Iowa Networks, blazing fast, reliable fiber internet with no data caps. IKM-Manning rallies back in a way, trailed most of the early part of that first set, Mason. Once they got the lead, it was kind of tight, but they kind of get pulled away a little bit late to pick up the 25-21 win.
Yeah, and a lot of that is relying on that back row. I mean, right away, the back row kind of struggled with some of that serve receive, and then they got the serve receive down, which made it easier to get the ball to the next level with Carly Arp, and then Carly being able to get it up for those hitters.
And for IKM-Manning, you got to hope that Addison Bando continues to swing all night long as she has tonight, because she has been really fantastic all night long.
Yeah, I mean, she's been probably, if not their best hitter all night so far. And if you, like you said, I mean, if you know she's your best hitter so far, you keep going to her.
Carly Arp will serve it away. Anna Hart with the serve receive, tracked down by Cook. Hoffmauer has to free ball it across. Stangle over now to Arp. Into Aishai, touch the net, dug by Clayberg. Cook goes left side, Hoffbauer, push to the donut. That's going to drop in. Nice pancake effort that time from Bando, but unable to get to it. And Clayberg with her first real tip tonight since early. And she gives the Crusaders the 1-0 lead. Serve coming up here for Hoffbauer. She's nearly out in the hallway. Jump serve on the way, and that is going to drop on the line. And that time, IKM-Manning making that mistake that so many players do. They ducked instead of drifting back to the line. Nobody moved. Everybody just turned and looked, anticipating that one was going to be long. You could drift back to the line, because if it ends up being in, somebody's there to play it. A-shot on the serve, received to Arp. Right side now to Bando, blocked at the net, and that is going to be under the net off of Maddie Mason. So Bando going to pick up kill number 9 here tonight. That one out of the right. And it's a 2-1 lead for the Crusaders now, as IKM-Manning going to send Addison Bando back to serve. Serve on the way, played up by Hoffbauer. Heidoff has to track it down out of bounds. Now Cook has to free ball it across. A-shide back right to Arp. Now into the middle to Caitlin Bando, and that one is going to sail long, and the Crusaders are up here 3-1.
Yeah, and that point about that earlier serve going over the head of one of the IKM-Manning girls, I can't remember exactly right away.
Stangle?
It was for Stangle there. I mean, you duck when the line's right behind you, but I don't know how many times I've heard you now when we broadcast say, you know, you have to get back to the line and then stand there, because if it's above kind of your waist or your, like, even after your head, you know it's out.
And her teammates have got to be talking to her. Now a miscommunication. They served the seam between Lindy and Aishide, and both of them thought the other one was going to take it. So Ella Heidoff of picking up the ace serve. And Coon Rapids Bayard, very similar to the last game, has built themselves a 4-1 lead here early. Serve on the way, played by Aishide, now up to Arp, into the middle to Aishide, and that's going to be a big swing. Got it over the block of Maya Downing. And Keegan Aishide starting to come on. She'll cut that deficit here to 4-2, her third kill here tonight.
So one thing you've seen from both teams, too, is that, you know, they stop from what Addison Bando was doing early, and then they move to Keegan Aishide there. So, I mean, it's, you know, you go from one hitter to the next, to the next, to the next, all the way through.
Kaylee Rasmussen to serve it away, and that one off the top of the net. Pancake effort that time by Heidoff, but unable to get it. And Kaylee Rasmussen, with her 12th ace of the season, has pulled IKM-Manning within 1 at 4-3. Rasmussen again to serve it away. Another low serve, played up that time by Heidoff. They'll work it over to Clayberg. Cross, dug by Langle. Arp sets it over to Langle left side. She'll go deep middle off a Hoffbauer off of the rafters. Hart keeps it alive, and Cook will free ball it across. Aishide to Arp. Right side, Aishide block. Pop back up by Aishide. Stangle sets Langle left side. Goes deep middle and drops it in front of Anna Hart. So Ella Langle picking up her first kill here tonight. Aishide getting credit for that assist. And IKM-Manning with 3 straight has tied us at 4. That is, believe it or not, our first tie here in the second set. We had 7 ties, 4 lead changes in set 1. Rasmussen again to serve, played by Hoffbauer, up to Cook, dumped to the donut, dug by Arp. Stangl over to Ascheid, out of the right, blocked that time, and there is Malia Kleberg. Kleberg says, you're a really talented sophomore, but I'm a really talented senior, and I'm going to get you on this one.
Just 2 extra years of knowing the game right there.
Yep. Looked a little like Harper Murray on that one.
No clue who that is.
Served by Anna Hart. You got to start watching the Big Ten, my friend. Ella Langle over to the left side, and that is going to be another kill for Ella Langle. I told you when the year started, if you want to learn volleyball, you got to watch the Big Ten, right?
Do I have to guess what team she's on, or do I?
You don't have to guess. You probably should know.
Is it the Big Red?
Yes. Yeah, one of the elite players in the country. Hoffmauer over now to Cook, into the middle to Kleberg, blocked that time by Grun and Langle. They'll get it back now over to Arp, excuse me. Arp tips it left front, dug by Kleberg. They'll go back to Kleberg, and she'll go deep off of Rasmussen, up into the rafters and out of bounds. Malia Kleberg starting to heat up. She's got 5 kills. And the Crusaders on top here by a score of 6-5.
If you're IKM-Manning, that's the last person you want to be heating up in a set where you could go and get the win here, because Malia Kleberg, when she's hot, she's really getting it going.
Yeah, she came into tonight, again, 158 kills, one of the best hitters in our area. Rasmussen to Arp, left side now to Langle's got a free ball. Does a nice job going corner on that. Kleberg to Cook, back row attack for Hart, shoved across, but doesn't get it across the net. And we're tied here at 6-6, our second tie of the night. Yes, and I'll just give you a heads up. Most of the time when I use a player in the college level for an example, it's usually in Nebraska. Sometimes I use Ava Martin, who's a great player over at Creighton. Cook over to Hoffmauer left side, rolled to the donut, dug by Addison Bando. They'll set it up for Grun, goes deep, and that one is long, but we've got a touch. And IKM-Manning will pick up the point as Macy Grun gets the touch on that, and that's going to be kill number 2 for her tonight, and the Wolves lead it here by a score of 7-6.
I had to figure when you brought up a name from the college volleyball scene, it was not a Hawk.
Yeah, Hoffmauer over now to Kleberg. They work it to Stangl, over to Arp. Left side Bando, and Addison Bando picking up her 10th kill of the night. 8-6 now in favor of IKM-Manning. And I will be honest, I watch a ton of volleyball. I could not tell you anybody on the Hawkeyes.
I couldn't either.
Stangl with the serve, played by Hoffbauer, over to Cook. Middle set for Clucky, blocked off of Cook, free balled over by Kleberg. Stangl out of the donut to Arp, left side Bando, and that'll be a tool off of the block of Cook and Clucky. And Addison Bando with her 11th kill here, and the Wolves lead it by a score of 9-6.
I will say 2 plays ago there, Coon Rapids very slow to get to that block, and you leave your back row kind of vulnerable there when you got a hitter like Addison Bando.
Hard on the serve, received to Cook. Clucky has to free ball it down the line. Played up by Ascheid to Arp. Left side now to Bando. Roll shot deep, played by Kleberg back right. Cook tips it over on the second play, and that's going to be a kill for Amelia Cook. Her first here tonight. And the sophomore pulls the Crusaders back within 2 here, down 9-7. She'll head back to serve. Serve on the way, played by Ascheid, over to Arp. To Bando, touch to the net by Clucky. Nice dig that time by Hoffbauer. Overpass tipped down by Grun. And Macy Grun with her 3rd kill here tonight. She's had a big impact in that middle. 10-7 IKM-Manning. Caitlin Bando now coming in for Grun. Lindy checking in for Rasmussen. Lindy will go back to serve. Both Bando on the court right now. I'll try to use first name as best I can. Kleberg overpass. Nope, that's going to be into the net. Can Clucky clear it? And that's going to hit the out of bounds. It hit the rafter up above and then came across. So that is going to be out of bounds off the Crusaders. 11-7, Wolves with the lead.
I was wondering right away when you call that one dead there, that if it impacts the way that the ball goes, is that what they call that?
Yep, so it hit the rafter and came. It can hit the rafter and stay on your own side. Can't hit the rafter and go over the net. Hoffbauer to Cook. Back row attack for Kleberg. Off the net, dug by Ascheid. Arp comes left side to Bando. That'll be dug by Hart. Cook tracks it down over to the left side to Hoffbauer. Pushes and misses. Tried to shove to the left front of the IKM-Manning defense, but pushed it a little bit too far out of bounds. A 12-7 IKM-Manning lead. This is their largest lead of the match, not just of this set, but the largest lead of the match for either team. Lindy with the serve, back middle, played by Hoffbauer up to Cook, right side, Clucky. Goes cross on that one, no touch. That'll be out of bounds, and we're going to get a timeout called by Coon Rapids Bayard. 13-7 in favor of the Wolves. They're up 1-0, having won the first set 25-21. Mason and I are back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
For over 50 years, Pringer Slumberland has been your trusted destination for all things furniture and flooring. Hi, it's Matt Pringer, third generation in our family-owned business. We understand the importance of creating spaces where memories are made and cherished. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, personalized service, and unbeatable value has made us a staple in the community. Pringer Slumberland is more than just a furniture store. We're part of your community, and when you shop with us, you're not just furnishing your home, you're investing in the livelihood of your neighbors. Pringer Slumberland, Highway 30 West in Carroll.
IKM-Manning with a 6-point lead here in set number 2 in our first of 3 matches tonight on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel, where you can watch and listen to all 3 matches. Kuhn against IKM-Manning right now. Kuhn ESAC coming up next. ESAC IKM-Manning, our final match of the night. Mason and I are going to flip spots for that second matchup tonight. Mason will interview Coach Cron from IKM-Manning after this one. We'll get Coach Lewis after their second match, and then Coach Steiger will come up and join us after their second match of the night to end the night. The serve that time goes into the net for Lindy. And Coon Rapids Bayard breathes some life here. Down 13-8 with Ashton Clucky, who's been on some service runs tonight back at the service line. Lindy on the serve received to Arp. Middle set for Caitlin Bando, dug by Cook over to Kleberg. Left side now Hoffbauer, roll shot deep. That's going to sail long. 14-8 in favor of IKM-Manning.
Yeah, now if you're IKM-Manning, you don't put your foot on the brake at all. You keep going here. When you have a lead like this, you build on it.
As you know, this Crusader team's not going to back away. Serve down the line, Kleberg over to Cook, now to Mason. Mason into the net. That'll be 4 touches on Coon Rapids Bayard. 15-8 now in favor of IKM-Manning as they have built their largest lead of the night. Carly Arp again back to serve. Serve on the way, played up by Hart to Cook. Back to Downing, blocked in the net, played up by Cook. Mason will free ball it over, and now Bando gets it to Aishide. Aishide attacks on the second ball. They'll go Hoffbauer off of the set from Cook, dug by Stengel. Stengel now from Addison Bando, free balls it across. Kleberg to Cook, and Mason has it blocked by Addison Bando. 16-8 in favor of IKM-Manning.
And it's just consistently there for IKM-Manning. They're consistently getting the ball back over. They're consistently being in that kind of same formation there.
Their height has really been an advantage for them here at the net tonight. Back row attack for Kleberg, dug by Lindy. Arp keeps it alive. Bando Addison will free ball it deep, played by Kleberg. Cook now into the middle to Downing, blocked again, popped back up by Downing. Maddie Mason trying to swing. And right now that middle block, Addison Bandow, Caitlin Bandow, the sisters in there, even when Groon's in there, their block giving Coon Rapids Bayard a lot of fits. 17-8 our score, second time out of the set for Coon Rapids Bayard. Back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network.
This fall, cozy up with internet that keeps up. With Windspeed Fiber Internet from Western Iowa Networks, enjoy 1 gig speeds for just $99.99 a month. Perfect for streaming, football, fall shows, and working from home. No lag, no interruptions, just the speed you need all season long. Other speed packages available starting at just $59.99 a month. Call or text 712-775-2946 for details or visit westinet.com today. Western Iowa Networks, connecting you to what matters for 120 years.
$17-8 in favor of IKM-Manning. Troy Hast on his way to take over running our video camera tonight. And a Hart on the serve received to Cook. Now over to Hoffbauer. A roll shot dug by Lindy. A-Shide bump sets it left side for Addison Bando, and that is going to be off of the tool. Kill number 12 for Bando tonight. And it's an 18-8 lead for IKM-Manning.
Yeah, now you're just seeing the Wolves get into that groove there. I mean, they saw that they could win set 1 from behind. Now they're like, you know what, let's play from in front this time and see if we can get it from in front.
Carly Arp, another serve. She's been on a long run here, backwards off the Hoffbauer, tracked down by Hart. Kleberg will free ball it deep. Lindy to Arp from the back row. Now over to Bando, and Bando's going to drop another one in. 13 kills on the night for Addison Bando. The lead is 19-8, and it's all Wolves here in this second set.
Yeah, and that one, a miscommunication between Kleberg and Hart. They're both standing there and looked at each other, and the ball goes in between both of them.
Served by Arp, played by Hart. And now Hart will free ball it across from Cook. Stengel over to Arp. Now to A-Shide, blocked, and a nice block by Maya Downing. She's been good in the net this year defensively, leading this team with 7 blocks. You pick up another one there. That'll stop the IKM-Manning run. 19-9 now our score. We've had 2 ties, 1 lead change in this second set after a whole bunch of them in the first. Arp goes to A-Shide out of the left. That'll go cross, dug by Hart to Cook. Left side Clayberg, blocked by Caitlin Bandow. Cook now sets it up for Adeline Spangler, and Spangler going to drop that one in. And here comes Coon Rapids Baird. If you're IKM-Manning, you said it earlier, you can't relax. You were up 11. That was your largest lead, but Coon Rapids Baird, one of those teams capable of coming back. Serve on the way, and Stangel's going to duck out of the way of this one. That time it does go long. I still would rather see the 2 girls on the outside of her dropping back. They just turned and looked. And again, that one was really close, Mason. And if that one drops in, there's nobody there to play it.
Yeah, you got to sprint back to that line and get your feet set, because if it's there, you got to be ready to play.
Spangler on the serve, receive. They'll go over to Clayberg, down the line, dug by Arp. A-Shide sets it up for Ella Lango, left side, touch to the net, dug by Hart. Cook comes left side, Clayberg, big swing with no block there, and Melia Clayberg picks up her 6th kill. And Coon Rapids Baird says we're not going away yet, but they're down 20-11. Adeline Spangler back to serve for the Crusaders.
Yeah, and that's a struggle for the back row. I mean, Melia Clayberg's a girl that if there's no block there, she's putting it as hard as she can into the dirt there.
Spangler trying to figure out where coach wanted her serve. Now to A-Shide. Hart comes back to A-Shide, touch the net, dug up by Hoffbauer. That's going to hit the basketball stanchion, and they are going to call that out of bounds. And now I think Jeannie Statlander, I think that ball is playable. And so now Jeannie, the down official, going to go talk to the up official. I think we're going to get a replay on that one because the basketball stanchion is playable. The wall would not be playable. So the basketball stanchion is going to be playable.
Yeah, you'd almost consider it the same thing as a rafter if it comes back on your side where you can just play it back over. But, I mean, I was confused on that one as well because I didn't, from this angle, the depth perception's a little odd. And I was like, did it hit wall then? Or?
And there's the call that we are going to replay that point.
So you go back to 2011 then.
Yep, so Adeline Spangler will go back to serve. Tori Hauser walking into the gym. Olivia Mack walking into the gym. Emerson Ludwig, East Sac County, is in the house. There's a Lily Rodman. Jump serve by Spangler off of Lindy, and that is going to be an ace serve for Adeline Spangler. Ace serve at number 6 tonight for Coon Rapids Baird. They're not out of this one yet, but they've got a long way to go. 20-12. IKM-Manning needs to get a good serve receive here. And that time they won't have to worry about it. The serve into the net. It's 21-12.
How many teams can you see that have 6 or serve aces and still be down 21-12? And this is surprising to me because, I mean, you look at this Coon Rapids Baird team from this full year in general, you haven't seen them play from behind in a lot of the matches they've had so far.
Well, and we knew that these were 2 of our elite programs, so we knew that either one of these teams capable of winning here tonight. Hoffbauer over to Haida, now over to Cook. Rasmussen on the dig. Arp sets it and pushed it a little bit too hard for Lango. She set it quick, and Lango was running the ball up to the net. It's 21-13. Yeah, and unofficially, IKM-Manning just 2 aces. So I would say that Coon Rapids Baird has won the serve battle here tonight, but IKM-Manning's won it at the net. A-Shide now over to Arp into the middle. Gruen with the attack, dug by Hoffbauer over to Cook. Left side, Clayberg tipped across and right over the block. She'll dump that one in. 14-21. Clayberg picking up another kill, her 7th of the night.
Yeah, an 11-point lead down to 7 now. It's just baby steps getting back into it, but you're losing a little bit of time here for Coon Rapids Baird.
A-Shide on the serve, received. Arp, she'll go back to A-Shide, tipped across, and that one's going to drop in. A-Shide says, Malia, anything you can do, I'll match you. And she'll drop that one in. It's 22-14 in favor of IKM-Manning. Served by A-Shide, and that one's going to go wide, swung across her body. And what I mean by that is when you serve, you want to come straight down and by your side. She swung across her body, so the left arm ended up over by the right hip. 22-15. Serve coming up here by Clayberg. That'll be played by A-Shide over to Arp. Left side, Ella Langle off the net. That's going to be 4 touches on IKM-Manning. And Coon Rapids Bayard, down at one time by 11, has crept within 6. And IKM-Manning maybe has lost some of that intensity here. Clayberg with the serve, played up by Ascheid, now to Arp. They'll go to Ascheid out of the back. That'll be dug by Clayberg. Hart will bump set left side. Hoffbauer, a roll shot, played out of the back middle by Rasmussen. Tipped over on the overpass, and we're going to get Arp into the net. And it's 22-17. If I'm Coach Cron, I'm thinking timeout here because I don't want this thing getting any closer. I think if Coon Rapids Bayard scores here, I'm calling a timeout to settle my group down.
I completely agree with that statement.
Clayberg with the serve, played up by Stengel, now to Ascheid, left side. Langle's going to have to free ball that one over, goes back corner, played by Arp. Overpass and into the net. And that is going to be no touch that time. Arp went up to try and tip it down, but it didn't get higher than the net. So IKM-Manning will pick up the point. They're up here 23-17. And I think for them, Addison Bando has checked back in. Stengel with the serve, played by Hart to Cook. They'll go Clayberg, back row attack, dug by Rasmussen off the rafters, kept alive by Arp. Addison Bando tipped to the donut, dug by Heidoff to Cook, left side Hoffbauer. Big swing between the block again, net violation going to go on IKM-Manning. So Kuhn hanging in this one, down 23-18 as Spangler going to check in for Heidoff. And Amelia Cook, who's had some nice service runs, will head back to the service line. Again, when this one ends in our Mackey Motors tailgate, we are anticipating Coach Cron coming up to talk. I'll go down and get video interviews with a couple of the Wolves. We'll get Coach Lewis after their match with the Esac County, and we'll get video interviews with a couple of the Crusaders. Ascheid over to Stengel, left side now to Addison Bando, tips it with the left hand, played by Clucky, up to Cook, left side to Hoffbauer, cross, and that's going to sail long, no touch. Coach Lewis asking for it, but it is going to go wide, and IKM-Manning has 6 match points, up 24-18. I love this triangular. All 3 local schools, all 3 good volleyball programs, so it's kind of fun to be able to come down and see 3 local schools get to play each other.
Yeah, now getting to broadcast it, I mean, it's 3 good games back to back to back.
Serve coming up here by Lindy. That is going to be played up by Hart to Cook. Back row attack Clayberg, and that's going to be off of Stengel. So Malia Clayberg, she had 3 kills in the first set. She's now got 8, so 5 here in this second set. But IKM-Manning still with 5 match points as Ashton Clucky will head back to the service line. Serve on the way, short one. And Stengel thought that was going to drift to her. It did not. It drops in for an ace serve for Ashton Clucky. Her 3rd ace of the night. And we've got a 4-point game. Serve on the way, off the net, another ace for Ashton Clucky.
And now you get back to back, that momentum looks a little different, and you see the timeout here from Coach Cron.
And Coach Cron, we're going to stay here so we don't miss, just in case they take a quick timeout here. But I think a good timeout, you're a point away. You've won several matches this year, so I think if you're IKM-Manning, you just got to settle in here. If you're Kuhn, you still got to get some good serves from Ashton Clucky.
You can almost anticipate what both programs are saying to each other here when you look at kind of what they say here. You look at Coach Natalie Lewis, she's probably saying, hey, you know what, we've got 2 aces in a row, the momentum's on our side, let's build it and let's keep going. You look at this side here with IKM-Manning, you just say, hey, we've been up this whole game, we got match point right here, you just need to stay competitive and stay out there and have your fire.
Yeah, got to start with a good pass here on the serve receive. 24-21, IKM-Manning with the lead. They won the first set 25-21. Clucky with the serve off of Stengel. Arp going to be called for the lift. And all of a sudden it's 24-22. And Ashton Clucky, one of the elite servers in our area, back to serve.
You go from 11 to now 2.
Clucky with the serve, played by Stengel, up to Arp. Addison Bando with the swing, and that's going to do it. You get it to the girl that's been on fire all night long. And IKM-Manning going to pull out to 2 hard-fought victories here tonight as they will take the first match of the night. 25-22, our final here tonight. We'll step away back with postgame coming up in 3 minutes here on KIK 106.7.
This fall, cozy up with internet that keeps up. With WindSpeed Fiber Internet from Western Iowa Networks, enjoy 1 gig speeds for just $99.99 a month. Perfect for streaming, football, fall shows, and working from home. No lag, no interruptions, just the speed you need all season long. Other speed packages available starting at just $59.99 a month. Call or text 712-775-2946 for details or visit westinet.com today. Western Iowa Networks, connecting you to what matters for 120 years.
Only Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
Oh, hell no! Not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
These DMAC Carroll campus students are tomorrow's nurses. They're leaders, smart, dedicated, and they care about their community.
My experience in DMAC nursing so far, I get to make a difference in people's lives during their most vulnerable times, and I build friendships along the way.
The interaction between the faculty, staff, and professor with the students are really close. They really help us a lot every time.
Get started today.
Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been serving Lake City and the surrounding communities with new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Mackey Motors is a full-service dealership providing oil changes in our Quick Lube Express bays, a service department with world-class trained technicians, a body shop and collision center with the latest equipment, a full vehicle detailing department, or come talk with one of our highly knowledgeable sales staff.
Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 16 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City. MackeyMotors.com.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Lake City, MackeyMotors.com. The IKM-Manning Wolves pull off the 2-0 sweep over Coon Rapids Bear in our game number 1 here. Joined by now Coach McKaylee Cron. McKaylee, you guys go out there and you win set 1. Set 1 was kind of tight the entire way through. You look at it, a lot of lead changes and a lot of ties through that one. When you're sitting on the sideline, you see like a really close match. What do you feel like you guys got to go out and do to pull ahead?
I think we just usually need to pass a little bit better to help us control our side of the ball. We had a lot of mental errors in that game, so I think that hurt us a little bit. I think there was like 4 errors I would call just our mistakes. Mentally, we didn't communicate, so trying to eliminate those. And I thought they did a good job in set 2 doing that.
And you guys play a team like Coon Rapids Bear, who you guys this weekend win a tournament, they win a tournament, and they're sitting at, I think, 11-1 on the season. You go in and you beat them here. What does it feel like to go in and beat a team that is kind of almost at the same level as you guys?
Yeah, it feels really good to pull that one through for us.
And I know we haven't broadcast any of your games recently here, but you go last week and you beat 2 ranked teams going into this tournament on the weekend. You win the tournament, and now you win here today. You guys on a big winning streak here. How does that feel to be able to get that momentum going into the middle of the season?
It's really nice. It definitely helps winning that tournament this weekend. I think that was really good for us, just mentally, and for their confidence as a team.
For you guys as well, after tonight you'll have 7 more dates to go, so officially halfway through the season. And I mean, a good start to the season for you guys. What do you need to do to keep this one up?
I think just keep working on the things we know we need to take care of. We need to be aggressive servers, but consistent, and serve receive. I think our serve receive has really picked up in the last week. I was really proud about that last week, and our aggressive serving was really good too. I think that helped us in all our wins last week.
You guys get a game off now. You get a CE SAC play against Coon Rapids Baird. Are you going to have the girls sit out there and kind of talk to you and see what you guys feel like you can go and do against ESAC County?
Yeah, we has a little bit of game tape already on them on Huddle, So they've seen a little bit, but it's always nice to see it in person too.
Well, McKaylee, thank you for joining us here in the Mackey Motors post-game, and congratulations on winning game number 1.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Was head coach McKaylee Cron of the IKM-Manning Wolves. We got a little bit of time here between the Coon Rapids-Baird IKM-Manning matchup as well as the East Sac and Coon Rapids-Baird matchup. Both teams out on the floor here right now. Jeff Blankman over interviewing both of the Bando sisters right now. We're doing video interviews with all of our teams after our matchups. You guys get to hear my great voice here doing our play-by-play for match number 2. I'll go ahead now and name our Culver's player of the game. Culver's celebrating 40 years in business and 14 years in Carroll. Culver's, welcome to Delicious. It was a little bit of an easy choice for us there. There was one girl that really made a bigger impact than everyone else. That was Addison Bando there. You go out there and you put up 14 kills in the front row. You had a big match right away. I mean, she had a lot of momentum going through that first set there, but you look at it now, Addison Bando, 14 kills, are Culver's a player of the game. We're going to step away here for about 2 minutes, and we'll be right back with our Mackey Motors pregame for Kick 106.7.
This suicide prevention month, Stuart Memorial.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
it's okay.
Your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
For details, contact Nicole Unken at Nicole Unken Agency.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself after you pull it.
IKM-Manning and Coon Rapids-Baird. IKM-Manning pulling off the 2-0 sweep there. You look at some of the numbers here from that first matchup. Carly Arp, I'm trying to count these up here. 18 assists there. Keegan Ashide had 4 kills. You had 14 out of Addison Bando, our player of the game. You look at the flip side here. 11 assists for Amelia Cook. You had 8 kills for Malia Kleber, 4 from Aubrey Hoffbauer. 4 aces from Ashton Cluck. Yeah, nice serving run for her there late in set number 2. Both teams out on the floor right now. It'll be East Sac County and Coon Rapids-Baird out on the floor here right now. As you look at it here, both teams kind of evenly matched again as East Sac County. I mean, you look at them, they got a lot of good hitters as well. Coon Rapids-Baird, you saw them in that first matchup. Their hitters are doing really well this year as well. But, I mean, you got 15 minutes on the clock here. We're going to be doing a little bit of a longer post-game, I'd say here, or pre-game, post-game.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about that first match if you didn't get a chance. I know you talked with Coach, but what for you? To me, it was the net, again, and the defense for IKM-Manning, and then their serve. Both teams, I thought, served well. For Coon, they served really well, but I thought for IKM-Manning it was their dominance at the net tonight that was the difference.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at that one there, I looked at it and said, you look at the hitters that they had, and you were going to see that right away. But the way that both teams countered those hitters, I mean, you had blocks up front for IKM-Manning between Caitlin and Addison Bandow, and then on the other side you had girls for Coon Rapids-Baird that were getting up there and going to block. But I think IKM-Manning did a better job of blocking and kind of keeping those hitters at bay there, so that's why they came out with the win.
And credit both teams at some point or another for this. You know, if you're IKM-Manning, you fall down 4-1 in both sets. but then you rally back to win them both. And if you're Coon Rapids Bayard, you're down 19-8 in the second set, and you end up losing that second set 25-22. So you battled Mac to make a match out of it there and give yourself a chance to win late. So neither team quitting when they got in some trouble here tonight.
Yeah, and you give some of that credit to Ashton Clucky there late. I mean, you're down 6, and it's match point there. She goes and gets 2 service aces in a row, brings it back within 3, and then they go and they call the timeout. IKM-Manning. I mean, I talked to Coach McKaylee Cron, and I said, well, were you a little nervous at the end there when, you know, it's 24-22 and you guys were up by 11 at one point, and then you're only up by 2? And she goes, you know, we're a little nervous, but at the same time, it's like we're 1 point away. Let's just close this thing out.
Have you announced the player of the game already?
Yes, Addison Bando. I looked at it. You mean you 14 kills, and I said it wasn't just about the 14 kills. It was also about they fed her the ball plenty of times. She became that player that, you know, we need a point here. We're going to go to Addison Bando.
Yeah, when they were down in set 1 and down in set 2, that's who they went to. And then late in the sets, I know in set 2 she ended up getting the match ender. I know Keegan Ashide had that kill to end set 1. So big win for IKM-Manning. Let's step away, take a 3-minute break here on Kick 106.7.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
For over 50 years, Pringer Slumberland has been your trusted destination for all things furniture and flooring. Hi, it's Matt Pringer, third generation in our family-owned business. We understand the importance of creating spaces where memories are made and cherished. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, personalized service, and unbeatable value has made us a staple in the community. Pringer Slumberland is more than just a furniture store. We're part of your community, and when you shop with us, you're not just furnishing your home, you're investing in the livelihood of your neighbors. Pringer Slumberland, Highway 30 West in Carroll.
This fall, cozy up with internet that keeps up. With WindSpeed Fiber Internet from Western Iowa Networks, enjoy 1 gig speeds for just $99.99 a month. Perfect for streaming, football, fall shows, and working from home. No lag, no interruptions, just the speed you need all season long. Other speed packages available starting at just $59.99 a month. Call or text 712-775-2946 for details or visit westinet.com today. Western Iowa Networks, connecting you to what matters for 120 years.
Only Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
Welcome to our Mackey Motors pregame, brought to you by the Mackey Motors of Lake City, recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 16 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City and MackeyMotors.com. We talked about match number 1, Coon Rapids Bayard, IKM-Manning. IKM-Manning getting off the 2-0 sweep there. We're 10 minutes away now from East Sac Coon Rapids Bayard. The Crusaders sitting on the bench here, probably talking to head coach Natalie Lewis about, what went wrong in match number 1, what do we need to clean up in match number 2. Let's take a look at both teams, though. You look at ESAC under head coach Brandon Steiger here on the year, 12-8. They are 5-1 in their conference so far. They've won the last 2, and they got a tough one coming up this Thursday. They go to the Twin Lakes leader in their conference right now, Emmitsburg. But, I talked to Brandon Steiger after their Pocahontas area match when I had broadcasted that one, and it felt like a different feel for ESAC County. At the start of the year, they struggled a tiny bit, and now you look at the beginning of this kind of middle of the year for them, it's been different. They've gone out there and they've played really well. We watched them at the Rockwell City tournament 2 weekends ago. They played well there. They bring a similar look to IKM-Manning, I feel, as you have a really good setter in Jordan Carroll. You bring out there a lot of good hitters. You have the likes of Caitlin Schmidt, Sarah Bontrager, Emerson Ludwig, Miranda Gertis. You bring out a lot of good hitters in that front row. Sarah Bontrager having a pretty good year as well for the ESAC County Raiders. But then you look across the table at what Coon Rapids Bayard did in that first match. You kept IKM-Manning at bay for a while there in set number 1. Just fell late in set number 1, and then you got behind in set number 2 and weren't able to come back. For this team, though, you look at a lot of seniors there. Let me run you through kind of the starting lineup here. You look at Ashton Clucky, who's a senior. Malia Clayberg is senior. Maya Downing is senior. Maddie Mason's a senior. Anna Hart is senior. Amelia Cook, who's a sophomore, but she's a really good sophomore setter here for Coon Rapids Bayard. I played last year with this same group of girls. And then you got Ella Heiduff's a senior down there, and you got Aubrey Hoffbauer, who's a senior on the bench there. We got the JV tournament running simultaneously here with this varsity tournament. They got it in the new gym here at IKM-Manning. You go down the hallway a little bit and to the left, and they have a brand new gym down the hallway. Both teams, though, looking hungry here tonight. Coon Rapids Bayard looking hungry in the fact that you lose the first 2 sets here at IKM-Manning, and you kept it close, but you just couldn't get that match out here. And you look at ESAC, who's coming in, and they said, you know what, we watched that first match here, and now we want to be the team to go out and make it 1-0 versus 1-0 going into this final set. We're going to step away for 2 minutes here. We'll be right back with more of our Mackey Motors Tailgate, brought to you on Kick 106.7.
Tonight's game brought to you by Iowa Corn Processors. Proud
On here you go. We'll start right there. Hit that.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
It's okay.
your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
For details, contact Nicole Unken at Nicole Unken Agency.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Rodman, a 5'7" senior in Haley Jo King, a 5'6" senior in Sarah Bontrager, a 5'8" senior in Caitlin Schmidt, a 5'9" senior in Emerson Ludwig, a 5'6" senior there setter in Jordan Carroll, and a 6-foot sophomore in Miranda Gertis, as well as a 5'6" junior in Tori Hauser. Coon Rapids Bayard, you know, I don't exactly know, Jeff, when you talked to Natalie, did she say that they're running kind of the similar lineup as they did in number one?
I didn't get a chance to talk to her because she was busy talking to some of her kids, and I knew I needed to get back up here. But I'm imagining they're going to go with the same rotation or same lineup probably that they did early. And we'll know who the starters are when they come out on the floor here in about 20 seconds. So I would imagine I didn't even check with Brandon on starters. I just kind of told him when he was supposed to come up for postgame and what we were doing with post-game interviews here tonight. But you look out on the floor right now, you're going to have Aubrey Hoffbauer, Ashton Clucky, Maddie Mason, Amelia Cook, Maya Downing, and Malia Kleberg. One of those will rotate out if Anna Hart checks in as the libero. So that's going to be the starters right now for Coon Rapids Bayard. And as ESAC comes out onto the floor, you're going to see Caitlin Schmidt, Lily Rodman, also Tori Hauser. You've got Nicole Carey, that's Brooke Burns out on the floor as well, and Emerson Ludwig, Sarah Bontrager out there as well. And your libero will be Tori Hauser, so I was just kind of anticipating that she would be out on the floor at some point.
Looks like Coon Rapids Bayard are going to be the ones serving here first. Ashton Clucky back at the serve line for the Crusaders. Had those two serve aces to kind of close out their run in that first set here, or that first match there. Now she's going to be serving to start things off in match number 2. We're 2/3 of the way after this one through what has been a jam-packed night of volleyball just here. And this is the only volleyball we got in the area, and we're doing it all here.
Yeah, I thought it would be unique. We've never done a triangular before on the radio where we did all of the matches. Sometimes we'll come and do like the first match or the second match, depending on the matchups. But tonight with all 3 area teams, I thought, you know what, we don't have any other volleyball in the area tonight. As of the time I scheduled it, we didn't have any other sports because Audubon tennis was supposed to have played Saturday, but that got rained out. So I said, you know what, let's try it and see how it works out. So
you're killing me with the triangulars because today we're doing the 3 matches here. Tomorrow I'm going to a triangular in Atlantic.
But you're only doing one match. Yes,
that's the good thing. Don't make me do 2 matches down there in Atlantic. But I mean, I get to see 4 of probably the 5 or 6 best programs in our area because I get to see ESAC, Coon Rapids Bayard, IKM-Manning, and then the Kemper Knights tomorrow. And Brenna Wittrock, I mean, we talk about it. She's returning here soon, within the next month probably, I assume.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, it could be maybe later on this week where she's maybe allowed to start doing some work and stuff. She's been seeing the physical therapist and stuff from what I understand. So Kemper's already very good, and you get our Rewind Player of the Year from a year ago back after getting injured early in the season, and look for the Knights to be poised to make a deep run again this season.
You talk about Rewind. We're, after tonight, halfway through the volleyball season.
Yep.
We got to start thinking about that.
We're halfway through the football season for everybody but Carroll High, and after this week, we'll be halfway through for Carroll High as well. So,
It's weird to think, it felt like it just started here recently, and now almost everything's getting halfway through. And you talk about Rewind, I mean, I don't know if we picked a date yet exactly when we're going to do our Rewind event.
Well, looking to do it maybe that Sunday after state football ends. I know it's going to be maybe close to 3 weeks after volleyball's over, but with 2 teams that I think have a legitimate chance to be playing for state championships in Audubon and Kemper. And that means that, not saying that nobody else does, but those 2 teams, the way they're playing right now, might have a legitimate chance to be playing for a state championship. I don't like hosting things before a season gets over if we can help it. So we're looking, and I haven't finalized anything, but we're looking at that date for the Sunday after the football championships are done there in late November. So it would actually be the Sunday that leads into Thanksgiving week.
So that'd be a nice.
We'll already be broadcasting basketball by then.
No, don't even bring up basketball already, because basketball makes me think of snow on the ground. And
you love winter, you said. You like running around in your flip-flops and your shorts in the wintertime, you told me.
Don't make me pull up my teenager clothing talk about how everything averages out.
Explain to everybody here what you told me earlier tonight on the way down.
In philosophy of teenagers is what I anticipate is that, it comes down to averages. If you wear a sweatshirt on top and shorts on the bottom, you're warm on the top and cold on the bottom. It averages out to the middle there. And so I said, if I can wear my slides all the way until there's snow on the ground, I just have to wear a sweatshirt and pants so that it averages out, that I'm warmer up top, and then I can still wear my slides.
Might be the reason your slides fell apart on you last week.
I super glued them again today. Don't worry about it. They're still hanging in there. And I told Don if it falls apart again, And this is a promise. If they fall apart again, I will go get new ones.
I think you may need to do that at some point. Do want to thank Troy Hast, our new video guy here tonight. So he's going to be running the video tonight again, and that is being brought to you by Western Iowa Networks, blazing fast, reliable fiber internet with no data caps. And I'm going to be attempting to train him as the match is going on. So if there's mistakes, it's my fault, not Troy's.
And I will say, I looked on there and we saw something about, our sack of the game. Make sure tomorrow morning you tune into Rewind. We're going to be talking about this match as well as our matches on the weekend, as well as matches from last week, some football, and we're just going to be talking all about our area teams and everything like that. And so
regional tennis and state qualifiers and everything, yeah.
I mean, we got almost everything you can jam-pack from our area into Rewind tomorrow morning. That whistle means we're getting underway here. Ashton Clucky back to serve. This one going to go to Bontrager. Carroll going to get it up in the air. They'll go to Caitlin Schmidt down the middle. She'll go back row. Kleberg gets it up into the air to Amelia Cook. Then far side Hoffbauer going to roll it over. Ball back to Carroll in the front row. They'll go middle this time for Emerson Ludwig. Nice dig there from Aubrey Hoffbauer. Gets to Amelia Cook, who had to run for it. Kleberg going to free ball it over. Ball back up to Carroll again. They'll go far side on the left for Caitlin Schmidt. It's going to be blocked off of the hands there of Maddie Mason. They'll go off Amelia Cook and hit the basketball hoop. So a 1-0 lead here for East Sac County to start things off.
And a nice job by Caitlin Schmidt there, listening to or using the blocker's hands to get that tool. Sometimes when you got that double block, you got to use those hands to hit it out of bounds, and that's what she did.
We got a serve over here by Jordan Carroll. Ball going to go over far side to Maddie Mason. She'll roll it over. Lily Rodman diving for it. And then Jordan Carroll going to send it over to our up official as it will go out of bounds here. It's going to be, and it looks like on the scoreboard 2-1, but I think it's still.
We may have had, the reason why we had the delay early on was we probably had, a point awarded a team because of probably a number issue is what I'm guessing.
And the number issue here is we got a girl on the floor I won't recognize by name, by number 8 that I don't have on the sheet here. Kleberg going to send it over, blocked at the net here. Carroll going to get it up in the air. They'll go far side here. And, I don't got her name on the sheet here, so I'm going to try my best right away. But a ball going to go out of bounds there on Coon Rapids Baird. I'll have you look it over here on East Sac County, who you'd tell me it'd be.
And I don't recognize her, so we will have to try and figure out. When they don't update bound, it's hard for everybody to know.
Yeah, we're scrambling a little bit. Cook going to get it to Kleberg. She'll dump it, trying to go down line there and keep it on the line, but it'll fall out of bounds. And a 2-2 game here now evened up for both teams. Back to serve here for the Raiders. Going to be Caitlin Schmidt. She'll get it up over the line here. Hart going to get it up to Cook. She'll go far side for Heidoff, who will roll it over. Carroll going to bump it up here. Schmidt going to free ball it over. Cook going to go to Kleberg here. Kleberg, big swing at it, going to be blocked outside. And that one, just a missed timing on the jump there from East Sac County. And it'll be 3-3 now in favor, or tied up actually again.
Yes, and I'm working on trying to figure out who number 8 is. I'm guessing maybe a freshman that I have not really gotten a chance to get to know yet. So, but I'm working right now with somebody from East Sac County to try and get that name.
Ball going to go over here from East Sac County, and it looks like it's going to be.
And that one really close. I thought Emerson had maybe dropped that one on the line. That is Reese Ashinger. So Reese Ashinger, we have her as number 30 on the program, so she is.
I had figured because she's been playing a lot for East Sac County here as of recently.
Yeah.
Ball going to go up here. Ludwig in the middle. It's going to go into the net here. And Coon Rapids Baird are going to take a 5-3 lead here in set number 1.
And that time Jordan Carroll pushed that one a little further than what Caitlin Schmidt wanted in the middle. Thanks to Lance Wilhelm and Eric McCullough both for letting me know that's Reese Ashinger.
Ball up in the air here. Rodman going to get it up to Carroll. Carroll going to go on the far side here for Ashinger. Going to have it blocked to the net by Kleberg. Going to free ball it over here. They'll go far side for Kleberg this time. She tries to go line there, and it'll fall out of bounds again here. The second time now in this set that Kleberg has tried to go on line, and it's just gone just outside of where she wants it to be.
And they're blocking her cross because they know she likes to go there. She's taking it line. I can tell that she's not real comfortable doing that, so she may need to look to tool it off of the block.
Ball up in the air here. They're going to go run the slide to Downing. Carroll going to come get it now. She goes backside to Ashinger, who will free ball it over. Hart going to get it back middle here. Cook going to have to run and find it. Kleberg going to jump up and tip it to the donut. Nice job there from Carroll to get it back over on the free ball. First hit there, Kleberg going to attack back for Coon Rapids Baird. Ball up to Ludwig in the front here. Hart going to try and get the dig there, but it rolls off her hand and will fall inbounds for East Sac County. It's going to be 5-5 here
And Miranda Gertis that time catching a little bit of a break, went to straight down the middle, but there was no block there, so she was able to do that.
5-5 game here. Ball going to go. Caitlin Schmidt going to dive for it. Carroll going to get it up in the middle here for Gertis. Gertis going to take a big swing, and it looks like it comes off the fingertips and straight down into the net there. So 6-5 in favor of the Coon Rapids Bayard Crusaders.
She was just a little far off of the net for that swing there. So ends up hitting that one into the net. And tough loss for Audubon girls tennis today, falling 5-4 to Atlantic. They led that one 4-3 going into the last 2 doubles matches.
6-6 now after the service error going along there. But yeah, I mean, you led early there for Audubon tennis, and you fall late here, and that ends their season. But a nice season from Audubon tennis there. Serve there from Brooke Burns. Going to get in the air to Clayburg. They run the quick to her, and it'll fall just outside of the line, and a point to East Sac County here. They take the lead 7-6.
I like that quick to Malia Clayburg because she is such an explosive athlete, and you give an athlete like that the opportunity to get off the ground quickly, that time with no block.
Cook going to set it up here for Clayburg. She'll dump it over the top there. Bontrager comes off of her forearm a little weird, and I've seen that plenty of times now where, you know, you go for the one-handed swing with your forearm when you're not in the way, and you don't have control of it, so it goes flying every which way.
And that's one where Tori Hauser probably needed to be a couple of steps closer to the 10-foot line, which we call base. She could have maybe covered that one. I hollered at Sarah that she had it.
Schmidt from the 10-foot line here, going to go off the hands of Clucky, and then it will go off of Hoffbauer. They get the ball over here to East Sac County. Bontrager going to try to free ball it over there, and it'll go into the net. So it'll be 8-7 in favor of the Coon Rapids Bayard Crusaders.
Nice scramble play that time by the Crusaders off of that touch off of the ball over the net originally. They kept it alive on a play. Didn't look like they might be able to.
4 ties so far within this set number 1. Carroll going to set it up here for Miranda Gertis. She'll go across. Ball going to go for Hoffbauer on Coon Rapids side. A nice block there from Miranda Gertis. They'll reset, go to the 10-foot line for Clayburg. Burton's going to get it into the air here. They'll go 10-foot line for Schmidt this time. Both teams battling back and forth. Cook going to give it to Hoffbauer out of the left side. Hauser going to set it up here for Carroll. Carroll now to Bontrager. Bontrager goes backside. Hart gets it up to Cook, then to Clucky. Clucky going to dump it off. Carroll going to set it over on the second one. 2 hits going to be there, and it'll go off of the net, and Clucky with a diving effort gets it over. Jordan Carroll going to set it up here. Sarah Bontrager come flying in. Clucky going to get it up to Cook. Cook going to go far side for Hoffbauer, who dumps it over. Burns into the air here. Gertis gets it over on the second hit. Cook going to set it for Clucky now. She'll dump it over. Tori Hauser getting to it for the East Sac County Raiders. Caitlin Schmidt going to send it over there, and you'll have to give me on that one what we had got.
So the ball went over the net on a 2-touch. You can do 2 touches now on a play, but it has to stay on your side of the net. That's the new rule change this year. That was on the second touch. The ball went over the net, so the point goes to Coon Rapids Bayard.
And I mean, what a long, drawn-out kind of back and forth there as Hauser slips on that one. It looked like she was trying to see maybe if it was going to come out of bounds. She turns and drops to a knee there.
And it's what I talked about in the first one. East Sac doing a nice job of playing up, trying to force them to serve deep. That time they did. Nobody drifted back. She turned and tried to watch it, not realizing that she was up. So you have to drift back to the line to be able to make that play.
Got to get it up to Carroll. Carroll going to send it over to the donut. Hide off there to receive. They'll run the quick now to Clucky. Ball in the air. Clucky going to dump it over on the second one. Schmidt up to Carroll. Carroll far side for Bontrager. She'll get it back row. Clayburg there to receive. Hoffbauer takes a big swing, and that one going to go into the net there. And something I want to credit to is Sarah Bontrager. I mean, you talk about some hitters that don't come wide enough when they're going to hit. She comes all the way off the court, almost outside of that IKM-Manning logo there to be able to get to her hitting stance.
Yeah, and that's what you want a player to do. You want them to transition off of the court.
10-foot line there from Aaliyah Clayburg, and it's going to fall out of bounds here. Just looks like she's a little out of rhythm so far in this match number 2.
Yeah, tried to drop that one into the back left corner. Nobody there defensively, and just missed literally by inches.
It was 7-10 at one point. Now 10-9 in favor of Coon Rapids Bayard. Aubrey Hoffbauer going to have it go off of the hands there of Gertis.
They had the double block set up, and that time Hoffbauer, they didn't press, so they didn't get those hands over the net, and Hoffbauer used those hands to roll it right down the front of Gertis.
11-9, Coon Rapids Bayard lead. Cook back to serve here for the Crusaders. She'll send it over here, receive from Schmidt. Carroll going to get it up to Schmidt again on the left side. She'll send it over, blocked there by Clucky and Mason. They'll go to the 10-foot line. It was Bontrager and Burns there trying to get it. Burns going to send it over. They run backside here for Mason. Mason going to go cross here. No one to receive. And Coon Rapids Bayard now mounting back here. Excuse me, they'll give that one to East Sac.
Yeah, and Isak rotated over to the right front of Coon's defense that time as they were setting an out of right, and Maddie Mason cut that one hard, almost got it inside the 10-foot line, and that was a nice play that time by Maddie Mason.
Burns up to Carroll here. They'll go to Schmidt on the left side. Hoffauer going to have it, and they'll call, was that net?
Ashton Clucky, a net violation, yep.
And we got a little bit of a score confusion here because we're adding things up, and I was wondering because they'd given the point last time to the the ESAC one when Mason had got it in. So now we're looking at 12-9.
Neither one of these are the home team, so sometimes it's difficult. But Troy's got it right on the board. He's knowing what he's doing. You've got it right on your sheet.
Now I do. I had to fix that one there. Clucky goes on the cross there. Get it up into the middle. Schmidt going to come over and get it behind Ludwig. Hart getting up to Hoffauer. Takes a short swing at it. Carroll up top to Bontrager. Then they go to Schmidt. Schmidt going to dump it down the line here. Cook going to go for Hoffauer here. She'll take a big swing on it. Rodman going to get in the air. Ludwig now they're going to go to Schmidt. Ball going to be rolled far back here. Clayberg chasing it down. Cook gets it onto the ESAC side. Carroll going to set it up here middle for Ludwig. Ludwig going to try and attack towards that right corner, and it'll fall out of bounds here. So a 13-10 lead for Coon Rapids Baird.
And if I'm ESAC County and Brandon Steiger right now, I'm telling my setter Jordan Carroll that you need to set Ludwig in the middle. She's got a player that's about 4 inches shorter than her. It's going to be hard to get that block. They're doing her man-to-man or one-on-one in the middle, so I would set her. And then Kaylin Schmidt keeps going line. They're playing her line. Malia Clayberg or Ashton Clucky, whoever's in the back row, is sitting on her line, so she needs to go cross.
Timeout here by the ESAC County Raiders. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. Be right back again here on Kick 106.7.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
Kick 106.7 here. It's Coon Rapids Baird facing off with ESAC in our second match of the night here. We got 3 coming to you live from both our Carroll Broadcasting Sports Network YouTube page as well as Kick 106.7, the Carroll Broadcasting Sports Network here. But, you know, you look at it tonight, we got 3 good teams here. Coon Rapids Baird falling in match number 1 to IKM-Manning. Now they lead 14-10 in set number 1 in match number 2 for them tonight. Ludwig, that one going to go off the top of the net there, and it'll be a 4-touch for the Raiders.
And Coon serving, we talked about it in the first match here tonight. I thought they kind of kept IKM-Manning out of system a lot in that first match. They're doing the exact same thing to ESAC County here in this second match.
Schmidt going to be on the serve receive there. A little miscommunication between Carroll and Ludwig. Carroll will send it over now. Ball up in the air. Cook going to run the quick in the middle to Downing, and it'll sail just long, but a tip here from ESAC County. So now 16-10. The Crusaders on a little bit of a run here.
And I think Brandon Snyder would like to have a challenge on that one. Both Schmidt and Ludwig looking at each other. Neither one of them felt they had got the touch. Ludwig did a nice job here earlier. There was no way Jordan Carroll was going to get to that second ball, so she had to set it because, again, the serve from Ashton Clucky is getting ESAC County out of system right off the bat.
And you look at a girl with 25 aces on the year, 4 of them coming in that last match here. Ball going to go over here from Rodman. Downing going to get it up to Cook. Cook going to go far side for Hoffauer. She takes a big swing. Blocked at the net there from Ludwig. Schmidt going to send it over. Cook going to go this side to Maddie Mason, and it will drop inbounds there. And you heard the girls go out.
Yep, and that's the communication. You should hear that kind of communication on every single play, as you got to be yelling. I always told the girls when I coach club that if I can't hear you up in the stands, then the other girls out on the floor can't hear you either. So you got to be talking loud.
A nice job there from Carroll, rolling it back. And it kind of, you know, you talk about this one where it has that front spin or that top spin.
Top spin, yep.
It goes over the net and then just dies there. Hoffauer was back at the 10-foot line. It wasn't prepared for it to drop before that.
Yeah, and that one dropped almost where the donut would be, so that was a really good short serve.
Out of system there. Cook going to get it back to Downing. Downing into the net there. And we talk about Coon Rapids Baird's ability to get people out of kind of rhythm there with their serving. Now Jordan Carroll back serving for ESAC County is getting Coon Rapids Baird a little bit out of rhythm.
Hannah Hart pulled her eyes on that last one. That's how that one shanked off the arms.
A block there from Reese Ashton. You're going to fall out of bounds there. So the little run going to be stopped
And
the tracks.
That time the set went all the way out to the pin, and Reese was set up for cross. He tried to reach out late with the one hand, but that hand was going the direction of out of bounds. When it off her hand, it ends up then going out of bounds.
17-13, Carroll going to get it up for Schmidt on the near side. Tried to go cross, blocked the net by Downing, and a nice job from Reese Ashinger. Not trying to bring it back to their side and get something going, but dumping to the donut right away for the kill.
And that all started with an outstanding serve receive from Lily Rodman. They got it to Jordan Carroll without any problems, and even though Maya Downing got the touch on that and it popped up into the air, Reese Ashinger doing the smart job of getting that tip across and dumping that one in.
17-14, back to serve, going to be Caitlin Schmidt here for the Raiders. She's going to send it over, just over the net. Hart going to get it up in the air. They go Clayberg now. Clayberg going to get Schmidt up in the air to Carroll. Carroll going to go far side for Bontrager, who just dumps it over. Cook going to set it now to Clayberg again, who will just barely tip it over. Nice job there from Carroll to send it back. Heidoff dumps it over, and Rodman not there in time to be able to get that one in the air. And you saw there when Malia Clayberg comes up and plays that left side, they're going to run it to her almost every time.
Yeah, and again, if you're playing behind the block on the side that they're going to hit, you got to be closer to that 10-foot line. You're not going to be able to dive and get the pancake very often, so you got to be playing closer to that 10-foot line.
You're going to set backside here for Ashinger. Cook going to get it up in the air. It's going to go towards the Coon Rapids Bear bench, and for Malia Clayberg, who's a girl that's got really long arms and a really long reach, that ball just outside of it.
Yeah, and very athletic as well. But give Reese Ashinger a lot of credit. We didn't know for sure who she was because of the number issue before the game. But, she has really played well being in this ball game for East Sac County.
Hoffbauer gets it off the serve receive here. They'll go far side to Clayberg. Blocked at the net by Ashinger. Up in the air again. They go to Clayberg, who will tip it over. Both Jordan Carroll and Sarah Bontrager almost running into each other to get that ball, and it'll come off of the hands a little odd. It'll be 19-15 in favor of Coon Rapids Baird.
And a good job that time by Malia Clayberg and Amelia Cook. Malia got it blocked. They go right back to her. She goes, okay, the block's going to be there again. She went up and over the block because she knew the defense wasn't close enough to get that tip.
Carroll tried to go backside here. I mean, the ball was right over the top of the net there. She could have maybe sent it over, but decides to set it back to her team there.
Yeah, probably should have went up left-handed there and maybe tried to tip that one across. But when you're a right-handed setter, sometimes that's difficult to do. That's why I talked about Carly Arp earlier tonight being a left-hander. That really benefits her.
Gertis went wide there, got the send over. Clucky tried to send it over there, and it'll be a 4-touch on Coon Rapids Baird. 16-20 they lead here in set number 1.
And it's 20-16, not 16-20.
Sometimes I read it from the sheet here.
Got to give you a hard time,
You always got to give me a hard time. But yeah, I read it from the sheet here, and I got it 16-20 so I could figure out who's who. Cook going to go up to Clayberg. She dumps it just over.
Great play by Hauser.
Yeah, Hauser diving down to the floor to get it, and the Raiders keep it alive here. They go far side to Clayberg, who gets it blocked at the net by Jordan Carroll. As the Raiders keeping that one alive benefits them coming back on the offensive end.
Jordan Carroll underrated, I think, as a defender at the net. We talk a lot about her ability to set the ball, but she's as good defensively at the net as well. And there's an outstanding serve by Brooke Burns. I want to flash back to Tori Hauser here a moment ago. I've been talking about them not being close enough to the 10-foot line to get that little dump shot. That time she was. They tried to tip it far enough to the side, but she made a great diving effort to be able to get there. We do have a timeout on the floor.
Timeout by Coon Rapids Baird. I'm going to keep it here. We're just a little bit into it here. But, Jeff, a nice play there by Tori Hauser, but you've seen kind of East Sac County key in on Malia Clayberg on this far side here since she's come up on the left side. Do you feel like Coon Rapids Baird is going to keep feeding her, or do you feel like it's going to go elsewhere?
They're going to keep feeding her because she's their best hitter. But if you're Amelia Cook, sometimes you got to sit your middle, sometimes you got to sit your right to take some of that pressure off, because otherwise it gets to be really easy for a defense sometimes if you're always going outside to always have two blockers out there. So every now and then you've got to set somebody else to be able to keep the defense a little bit honest.
And we have a ref mic for football. I wish we had an official mic for volleyball because they take a point off from Coon Rapids Baird there, make it 19-18 when it was 20-18. And so I'm like, what happened between
I think
then
that
and
was
now?
back probably way back when we were at 12-10 and they were trying to figure things out. And I think that's probably when they adjusted. They probably didn't adjust things correctly back then. So but they've got two scorers down at the scorers table, and both have done it for a really long time. So hopefully they're correct.
Yeah, now it's 19-18, changes a little bit of the aspect here. Coon Rapids Baird leading by 1 out of the middle there, Malia Clayberg. And it will end up going out of bounds there. So a tied-up ball game. We haven't had a tie since all the way back at 7-7, and now it's going to be 19-19.
And a nice move by Natalie Lewis coming out of the timeout. They moved Malia Clayberg to hitting out of the middle that time instead of out of the left. The block wasn't there. She just missed it wide.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see Malia Kleber go to middle too often here. Hart going to get it up. Heidoff going to dump it over. Hauser up to Carroll. Carroll going to set it up middle for Gertis. Blocked at the net. Clucky going to get it up, set to Kleberg. And Cook will send it over now. Carroll has to run and go get it. She'll go far side for Bontrager, who will dump it down the line. A diving effort from Ella Heidoff, not going to be there. And East County taking their first lead here in this ball game ever since they led 3-2.
And Sarah Bontrager didn't get a chance to transition or didn't transition on that one, so did the smart play and tipped it to where the Crusader defense was not.
Heidoff comes off her hand a little odd. Cook scrambling to get it. Kleberg has to send it over. Hauser up into the air to Carroll. East County going to go to Gertis on the far side. She tips it over the block of Malia Kleberg, and it's going to be now 21-20. I had 20-19, then they give a point to Coon Rapids.
So they must have added the point back.
So now 21-20 in favor of East County.
And the down official talking, and it looks like they're going to keep it at 21-20.
Ball going to go on to the Coon Rapids Bayard Crusaders side. Kleberg gets up in the air. Schmidt had to get it up. Carroll diving effort, gets it to Hauser. Hauser dumps it over. Cook going to run it out of the middle. They fake to Clucky, and they'll go to Kleberg. A block from Gertis. Rolls over and inbounds on Coon Rapids Bayard side. It's 22-20. And, I mean, that front row, again, giving problems to Coon Rapids Bayard. You saw a good front row from IKM-Manning giving them that problem here, and now it's giving them a problem again with Miranda Gertis.
That size, and that time Kleberg trying to go dead middle against the middle, and Miranda Gertis really good defensively in the middle.
Ball over here. Hoffauer gets it up. Cook going to send it to Clucky. Clucky out of the left side. Has it blocked at the net. Rolls off of Sarah Bontrager's hand then. And that was kind of it was a hard play to get to because, I mean, it rolls off of Gertis' hand in that left side, and it rolls all the way to the far side, and Bontrager just didn't have a look at it right away.
That's a good swing by Ashton Clucky. She used those hands. She knew that the block is really kind of taken over for ESAC, so she used that block to her advantage.
22-21 in favor of East County here in match number 2. Hauser tried to get it to Bontrager. It comes off of her hands a little odd, and it'll be now tied up again, 22-20.
Yeah, and
22-22.
You mentioned it came off the hands. You don't want to pass on a serve receive or a dig off the hands. You want to take it off of the bottom side of the forearm area because it's nice and soft, and that time didn't move her feet to get up there in time.
Hauser up into the air to Carroll. Carroll had to run and go get a little bit. Set comes off a little bit shallow. Cook going to get it in the middle. They run the quick to Clucky, and it'll fall inbounds. And Coon Rapids Bayard, just like that, takes the lead back now 23-22 in favor of the Crusaders.
And a nice adjustment. Mentioned it earlier. When you're going up against a team that's got a little bit more height, running quick it kind of negates that a little bit because it's harder to get that block there. So good adjustment by head coach Natalie Lewis.
Malia Kleberg back to set here, 2 points away from winning at set number 1. Kleberg, Hauser gets it on the serve receive. They'll go middle for Gertis. Gertis maybe picked up by Kleberg. They go far side for Hoffauer. Blocked at the net by Carroll. Gertis going to get it over, and a tip from Clucky going to go over the head of Ella Heidoff. And just like that, another tie, 23-23 here.
And the sophomore, Miranda Gertis, taking over for ESAC County for them anyway right now for Coon Rapids Bayard. You've had a lot of different girls trying to score some points, but here lately it's been the Miranda Gertis show for ESAC County.
8 ties in this matchup. 4 of them coming here recently off the hands of Gertis there from Kleberg. It goes out of bounds, 24-23 in favor of the Coon Rapids Bayard Crusaders. And it'll be a set point here for Coon Rapids Bayard with Amelia Cook back to serve.
And Malia Kleberg again looking like Harper Murray there with that back row attack.
Cook serve over. Bontrager gets it in the air. Go to Gertis. Gertis going to give it to Schmidt, who dumps it over, and it'll go into the net. And that'll be match here. Match number 1 going to be 25-23 in favor of Coon Rapids Bayard. They pick up their first set win here in set number 1. We step away for a minute here. We'll be right back on Kick 106.7.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
Matchups here tonight that we will be broadcasting for matchup number 1, IKM-Manning, Coon Rapids Bayard. It was a long one, only 2 sets there though, but Coon Rapids Bayard IKM-Manning picking up the 2-0 win. Now Coon Rapids Bayard playing back-to-back. They play East County. They won set number 1, 25-23. It was 8 ties within that, as you know, you go 8 ties in that, and 4 of them coming late within that, between 19-19, 20-20, 22-22, and 23-23. It's 25-23 that Coon Rapids Bayard wins it. And you know, Miranda Gertis took over as a sophomore there right away in the kind of middle to late half of that set number 1, but Coon Rapids Bayard able to pull out late. Yeah, and again, I go back to Coon serve. I think down the stretch there, ESAC struggled to get the ball to Jordan Carroll in good shape, and they were out of system. And when you got hitters like Caitlin Schmidt and Miranda Gertis and Emerson Ludwig and Reese Aschinger, you want to get Jordan Carroll the ball in good enough shape to have options, and they weren't doing that. How many times did we see Emerson Ludwig have to set because the ball wasn't getting up to Jordan Carroll? So for East County to pull out this second set, send it to a third, they're going to have to do a better job on the serve receive, because I think that was the difference for Coon Rapids Bayard there late in that first set. I think you saw it early with Amelia Cook. She had to run and kind of get to different balls. You saw it late here with Jordan Carroll, and I mean, Jordan Carroll defensively really good so far in this set number 1 in match number 2 for Coon Rapids Bayard, match number 1 for East County there, as Jeff's trying to fix my mic there. Anna Hart gets it here off the serve from Jordan Carroll. Hoffbauer going to go for the big swing, blocked at the net by Ludwig, but it'll fall in on East County side. So 1-0 in favor of Coon Rapids Bayard. And a nice job by Amelia Cook. She'd been going outside a lot that time, went right side to Hoffbauer, and the block was late getting there. So 1-0, Hoffbauer up to serve here. Going to serve it down the middle. Bontrager gets it up. Carroll going to go far side for Ludwig. She'll just dump it over. Hart up in the air. They're going to run the quick to Downing, and it'll be picked up here by East County. Schmidt having to dive for it, and it'll be sent over on a free ball. They'll go far side for Clayberg, and a nice diving effort there from Lily Rodman, but Clayberg just had a lot on it, and it came off of the hands and went backwards. Just went up over the block that time. They set it high and let Malia use that great jumping ability, and she was able to get up over the top of a pretty good block. 2-0 the Coon Rapids Bayard Crusaders, winning here in set number 2. Aubrey Hoffbauer goes down line here, and Carroll running into Rodman there, and the ball going to be just late and getting to that third one there and just barely going back on the side of the net. And again, I'm going to use the reference that right now ESAC is sitting back like if they're playing defense on basketball and they're sitting on their haunches. You don't want to do that. You want to have the back bent at the lower part. You want to be facing forward a little bit more and down and bent at the waist, because all of their serve receives are going straight up into the air. Carroll going to go here on the near side to Schmidt, and it'll end up going long, and it'll be now 4-0 in favor of Coon Rapids Bayard. Yeah, went cross that time out of the right. It hit off of the net and ended up going wide. So the Crusaders still in control of this set, trying to end this one in 2. 4-0. Coon Rapids Bayard so far 0-1 on the night after falling to IKM-Manning. ESAC gets to face the Wolves in match number 3. That one, a nice job there for Rodman. Had faded back a little bit, but didn't get all the way to the line to see if that one was out, but it falls out off of the serve from Aubrey Hoffbauer. 4-1 in favor of Coon Rapids Bayard. I know Mr. Jeff Honnold listening to us here tonight. Yeah, while working. One of the rare times he's worked in his life. Ball up in the air to Clayberg here off the set, and Rodman not able to get to it, and Clayberg going to get her second kill here. We got a net violation going to go against East County as well, so the kill will still go to Clayberg. But the net violation against East County wouldn't have mattered even if that ball would have been out of bounds. 5-1, a 4-point lead here. Heidoff going to set it high, just rolls over the net. And miscommunication between Ludwig and Bontrager. Bontrager tries to get it as it gets over the net there, and Clayberg gets blocked at the net there by Ludwig. And it almost felt like there was 4 touches there, and Coach Lewis wanted that as well. Didn't think that the ball got over the net from Bontrager. Yeah, and Malia Clayberg now over talking with Jeannie Statlander, and I thought it was 4, but there must have been a touch somewhere that we didn't catch. But ESAC catches the break, and now we'll see if they can use it. Yeah, that's why I kind of paused. It's like, oh, it's going to be 4, and then they let it get over, and it was time to keep going. Cook into the air here. They go to Clayberg. Tries to go line, has it blocked at the net there by Ashinger. Cook going to send it over on the second hit, and Carroll going to tip it up. Schmidt was there ready to get that first hit, but Carroll tips it up and over her head.
And now Brandon Steiger asking the same thing. That ball hit the tape and went back. That was not a touch on that one either, so I think that one might have been a makeup call from the last 4 ball, because that one should have been 4 on Coon Rapids Bayard. So our score at 6-2 is what it really should be.
6-2, Anna Hart back to serve here for Coon Rapids Bayard. Ball going to get rolled over here. Schmidt up in the air to Carroll. Carroll going to set it for Gertis. Gertis has it roll off of the net. Blocked at the net as well. Ashinger going to send it over. Hart there to receive. Cook up in the air. They go far side to Clayburg. She goes down the middle, and between Schmidt and Hauser finds that gap.
And Malia doing a good job. She's going cross sometimes. Sometimes she's dropping the middle. Sometimes she's going line. She's really doing a nice job of kind of knowing what the block is trying to do. That means her back row is doing an outstanding job of talking to her to let her know what's open.
And you can tell it's a good program when you have to switch things up like that, you know, as Hart tries to send that one towards this our right side here, her left side, and it'll fall out of bounds.
And a lot of times servers will be said, hey, you know, you want to serve to a certain zone, so they try to stand straight and then use their body and their arm to hit it that way. And what it ends up doing, you should really step to the zone that you want to serve the ball to, because there's nobody in that back row that's going to see where your toes are pointing. So step to the zone you want to serve to.
Hart setting it out of the back row there, tries to go to Clucky. Clucky mistimed the jump and the hit there, so it'll be now 7-4 in favor of Coon Rapids Bayard.
Brooke Burns had a nice service run in that first game for ESAC County. We'll see if she can bring them back here.
Serves it down the line here, up in the air to Cook. Cook going to run the quick in the middle to Clayburg. Goes from her right hand to her left hand and just tips it over into this kind of first third of the court there.
And Kuhn used the donut very well in the first set, and ESAC County now is shading the donut, so now you've noticed they're tipping to that front side near the line and catching ESAC County a little bit out of position.
Clayburg back to serve, gets it over here. Hauser up in the air, gets it to Carroll. Carroll sets middle for Gertis. Gertis goes cross there out of the middle, goes to our left, their right, and it gets the kill, making it 8-4 in favor of in favor of Coon Rapids Bayard.
When you get that good serve receive, you've got a mismatch. Not that Ashton Clucky's not a really good player in the middle, but Gertis has got 3-4 inches on her, so I keep going there. They're trying to block her one-on-one there in the middle.
Serve there from Bontrager, going to hit the net, so it'll be a service error, 9-5 now in favor of Coon Rapids Bayard, and you see ESAC County claws back into it a couple times here, and then they just fall back behind a couple points.
Yeah, Kuhn been the more consistent team here in this second set.
Serve to Bontrager here, gets it up to Carroll. Carroll going to go far side for Schmidt, and that one going to go off the hands of Anna Hartz, rolling in the rafters, and it'll fall out eventually. Kuhn going to get it over now, into the air to Carroll. Carroll going to dump it over, tries to go far corner. Hart chasing it down, Cook up in the air. She'll go to Hoffbauer, who has to dump it over for a free ball. Into the air, they're going to set it far side for Schmidt. She tries to attack line. Going to have Clayburg there to get it. Hart gets it up. Clucky going to free ball it over. Bontrager up to Carroll. Carroll going to set middle on the quick to Gertis. And a nice job with the dig there from Clayburg as a block there from Schmidt. Going to roll back over the net and all out of bounds. So it's 10-5 in favor of Coon Rapids Bayard Crusaders.
ESAC was rotating defensively nice that time, but Maddie Mason caught a little bit of a break. That ball hit the net, hit the tape, then it bounced off of Schmidt and then rolled off of the tape and out of bounds for a point.
Going to be served, trying to serve down this near line, and it'll roll out of bounds. It'll be 10-6 now.
Be interesting to see when the coaches post stats tonight what the serve percentage is for all of these teams coming into tonight. You don't mind some service errors, but I think the number probably getting higher than what all three of these coaches would like to see.
Yeah, if you got a couple service errors, it's fine, but if you're starting to give up close to double digits, it gets to be a little hard. Bontrager gets it into the air, going to go off the rafters. You get it over. Clayburg up in the air to Cook. Cook going to jump, serve it up to Hoffbauer. Schmidt tracking it down here. Rodman dive for it. Carroll going to send it over. Clucky into the air to Cook. Runs over to Mason. Mason going to end up serving it long here, and it'll be now a 3-point match at 10-7.
And actually, it's going to be 11-6 as Jeannie Statlander saw a touch and awarded the point to Coon Rapids Bayard. Malia Clayburg was calling for that touch right away, and Jeannie, our up official, did see the touch and awarded the point for Coon Rapids Bayard.
Clayburg, very smart player, sees things that, some players do not see. Rodman up in the air. Carroll going to set it for Ludwig. Gets it over. Hoffbauer in the air. Cook going to get it up now. Goes back to Hoffbauer, who will dump to the donut. Schmidt into the air for Carroll. Carroll going to set far side for Schmidt again here. block there from Mason, and Downing going to have the ball roll off of it, and Hoffbauer not there in time to get it.
And that time they didn't send it out to the pin to Caitlin Schmidt. They used her in between the middle and the pin, and she was able to get it off the block for the tool. So an adjustment by East Sac County, because the Crusaders have really done a nice job of taking Schmidt away out at the pin.
Hart up in the air to Cook. They run the quick in the middle to Downing. Bontrager there to receive. They'll go far side now for Schmidt. Going to roll off of the net. Cook diving for it. Hart has to go get it. She'll get it over here. Ludwig up to Carroll. Carroll going to go back up to Ludwig. Mistimed the read there. Up in the air, they go to Hoffbauer for Coon Rapids. Rodman had to get to it. Carroll had to go towards the bench to be able to get to it. A couple of East Sac County Raiders having to split the Red Sea there on the bench, and 12-7 now in favor of Coon Rapids Baird.
Yeah, I think on that mistiming here earlier, I think Ludwig was expecting a quick because she took off right away, and Carroll set it, for a high. And so Ludwig had to kind of stay and wait, and that threw the timing off of that play.
Bontrager up into the rafters. Carroll gets it on the second one. Ludwig there to get it now, and it's going to dump off of the hands of Downing, and it was Clayburg and Hart between that one, and both of them.
That's got to be Hart's ball there. You're in the back. Clayburg's going backwards on that. That pass isn't going to go anywhere that anybody can do it. Hart's got to be able to get to that one.
12-8 now in favor of Coon Rapids Baird. Back to serve, Caitlin Schmidt. Hoffbauer up in the air to Cook. They'll go near side to Heidoff, who sends it long here. So now a 3-point matchup for East Sac County.
And East Sac with a nice job of communication. The only thing I'd like to see change is, again, everybody turns and looks and nobody's drifting to the line. You watch a team like Kemper play and everybody's sprinting to the line to see if that ball's going to be in or out.
12-9. Clayburg going to get it off of the net here. And it was rolled off of the hands of Schmidt there. She kind of opened up the hands to set it up to somebody, and then it rolls back. And Rodman had to try and chase it down.
So Coon Rapids Bayard again holding off right now every rally that East Sac County has made.
13-9, Heidoff back to serve. Serves it high. Bontrager up to Carroll. Carroll going to run the quick to Ludwig, and Ludwig sends it right back down into the court, making it now 13-10 in favor of Coon Rapids Baird.
And if I'm, again, Coach Steiger, and I'm not a coach, so I'm not trying to, but I'm just trying to analyze what I see here. I've got the advantage in the middle with the size advantage of Gertis and Ludwig. I'm using my middles a ton in this matchup to use that height advantage.
13-10. Hart gets it off the serve receive. They go far side to Clayburg, goes over the block there. Schmidt bumping it up, and Bontrager, trying to time between getting to the crowd and getting the ball. That's a hard one when it comes to volleyball, because you got your shins at play when you go into that front row, and you don't want to hit the front row without seeing it.
Yeah, good hustle that time by Bontrager. But again, Caitlin Schmidt that time just peeking up just a little bit with your eyes. You want to watch that ball off of your arms.
Dumping over here, going to be Reese Ashinger, and comes off the hands of Hart. Tried to send it back over there. It looks like she didn't mean to get it back over, but it comes over and out of bounds.
Yeah, and that was a nice play by Reese Ashinger. She knew that she wasn't going to be able to swing and get it over the block. She wasn't going to tip it over the block because Hart was right there, so she shoved it towards the corner. Hart tried to reach up and get it. Hoffbauer probably had a better chance to get to that one. I don't know, not being on that side of the court, I don't know if she was hollering there or not.
Hauser going to get it to Schmidt. Schmidt diving almost to that front row. Ball going to go over the head of Anna Hart, and it was between Hoffbauer and Hart there, and almost looked like Hoffbauer had a better chance of getting that one with Hart backpedaling.
And that was just pure hustle that time for Tori Hauser, who's kind of banged up on the ribs a little bit, but she sprawled out completely to keep that one alive, and then Caitlin Schmidt almost sprinting into the stands to keep that one alive.
Yeah, Hauser kind of favoring that hip now. Running out of the middle, going to be Malia Clayburg. Up in the air, Bontrager, dump it over to the donut. Hide off there to counter. Now Clayburg out of the left side. She'll get up and send it down. And you can tell really that Tori Hauser is kind of favoring that hip now.
Yeah, and it's actually, I think, a rib area that she landed on a little bit. But you can see she's a little bit sore. We've got a timeout. Let's go ahead and take a break.
We're going to take a 30-second break here on Kick 106.7.
For over 50 years, Pringer Slumberland has been your trusted destination for all things furniture and flooring. Hi, it's Matt Pringer, third generation in our family-owned business. We understand the importance of creating spaces where memories are made and cherished. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, personalized service, and unbeatable value has made us a staple in the community. Pringer Slumberland is more than just a furniture store. We're part of your community, and when you shop with us, you're not just furnishing your home, you're investing in the livelihood of your neighbors. Pringer Slumberland, Highway 30, Weston Carroll.
Kick 106.7, a full triangular brought to you here by the Carroll Broadcasting Sports Network on both of our radio station with Kick 106.7, as well as our YouTube page at the Carroll Broadcasting Sports Network. Coming up after the game, we'll have our Culver's Player of the Game announced in our post game with the banner of a player being posted to the Facebook, Twitter, and our website, as well as our Instagram, and we'll have 3 players to the games here posted tonight.
Yeah, it was Addison Bando in our first match, and haven't figured out who our one is in this match yet.
Clayberg from the 10-foot line has it come off her hand into the net, so you take the timeout at 14-12, you get a point at 14-13, you get a point again 15-14.
ESAC climbing back into this one, and we'll see if they can continue to climb and get over the hill. They haven't been able to yet.
A block at the net there. They're going to go to Hoffbauer this time and goes into the net, so we get a tie here at 15 apiece.
And that time Hoffbauer didn't. She transitioned to Riddle originally and then approached. And when Clayberg's ball was blocked, she didn't re-transition, so when they set her, she had to try and jump straight up.
Bontrager over to Hart now, up into the air. They're going to go to Hoffbauer, dumps it far. Hauser up into the air to Carroll. Carroll going to go far side for Schmidt now, off of the hands of Downing. In the air, Hart just free balling it over. In the air, Carroll going to jump serve it far side for Schmidt, who sends it down and off of the hands of, looked like almost went off the hands of Anna Hart, but it falls inbounds, and the first lead for East Sac County here coming at 16-15.
And a nice adjustment. We talked about they moved Caitlin Schmidt off of the pin here a little bit ago. She'd been going line, line, line. Those last couple of hits were towards the back middle, and the defense is still playing line.
Quick in the middle from Ashton Clucky there. Didn't look like she got all of it, and it will fall out of bounds here. And so now a 2-point lead for East Sac County as we get a timeout from head coach Natalie Lewis. We're going to take a break for 30 seconds. We'll be right back again on Kick 106.7.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Rapids gets it up in the air. Hauser comes off her hand wrong, and an ace there for Amelia Cook. Now bring it back within 2, 19-17. I mean, that ace there kind of big, bringing that momentum back to that Coon Rapids Barrett side. Cook, jump serve again here, gets it over. Burns set to get it. Carroll gonna jump serve here or jump set there. Cook gets it up for Hoffbauer now. Hoffbauer to Bontrager, up to Carroll. Carroll run the quick to Gertis in the middle. Cook gonna go for Mason, gonna go over the net instead. Burns gonna get up for Schmidt, off of the block there. Hoffbauer up to Cook, going back to Hoffbauer now. Goes cross and off of the hand of Tori Hauser. And Coon Rapids Bayard pulling back within one here now, 19-18. Running our video over here. We've got both the Kick 106.7 version as well as our YouTube version here tonight. Amelia Cook goes off of the hands there of Brooke Burns, and she's had 2 aces in her service run now, bringing it back tied up at 19 apiece. A timeout by head coach Brandon Steiger, and we're going to step away for 30 seconds. We'll be right back here on Kick 106.7.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive health care for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
Coming up after this matchup here, going to be the matchup between East Sac County and IKM-Manning. I'll run down and get video interviews with 2 of the Crusaders. Jeff Blankman going to take over again here after this one for the play-by-play of that final match. Bontrager going to get it up to Carroll. Carroll going to run middle here for Gertis, sends it down. Clayberg there to get it. Plucky blocked at the net by Schmidt. She'll set it up here now for Hoffbauer, who has to roll it over. Blocked at the net again. This one going to fall out of bounds. Their last touch by the Crusaders. 20-19, East Sac County out of the timeout.
And Miranda Gertis making her presence felt again in the middle. She'll check out now as Ludwig and Lodi going to check in. Hauser also going to check out. Bontrager with that good service run, and now Gertis in the middle has been the difference here, along with Caitlin Schmidt for East Sac as they've rallied.
Rodman back to serve. Clayberg going to come off her hand. An ace for Lily Rodman there, going to make it 21-19.
And Malia knew right away, they're just peeked up. You hear me say the eyes sometimes. If you look up, it's no different than when you're hitting a baseball or a tennis ball or anything else. You want to keep your eye on the ball and see it come off the bat. No different on your arms. If you peek up, that's when you shank balls.
You almost kind of remind you of a kicker in football. You watch the ball all the way through the foot there.
Yep.
21-19. Schmidt had that one roll off and into the net there, and you could tell she was frustrated with the way that one came off.
Yeah, I think at the last second she decided to try and tip and just didn't get enough on it because the right front from Kuhn that time was wide open. She could have dumped it right across the net, but just mishit it.
Bontrager on the serve receive here. Up into the air. They're going to get it far side for Ludwig. Sends it down into the face of Aubrey Hoffbauer and didn't have enough time to react there.
And the good thing is Aubrey's laughing. You're always concerned when you see a player get plugged in the face pretty hard that time, and that time she took it right off of the face. That was a good swing from Emerson Ludwig.
She can see now that she's still smiling out there, so we're still good. Mason out of the left side here, dumps it over the block and gets the point there, makes it 22-21 in favor of the East Sac County Raiders.
And sometimes as a defense, you just got to tip your cap. That time Maddie Mason mishit that one, but it hit it just enough that it just floated over the block and dropped into the donut.
Hoffbauer back to serve, gets it over the net there, up in the air. Carroll going to set it here behind for Schmidt. Off her hand, going to be blocked and then hit out there by Ludwig. So tied up at 22 apiece here with 3 to go.
Huge block that time, one-on-one. Clayberg just went out there and read the shoulder and got the big block to tie this one.
You've seen 2 lead changes and 2 ties. East Sac County taking the lead back at 15-15. Coon Rapids taking it back now tying it up again at 22 apiece. And a hit there from Ludwig, going to send it long. And Coon Rapids Bayard, like I said, I don't know if I'm just foreshadowing or what, taking the lead now 23-22.
Yeah, and Ludwig that time trying to cut that one cross and just missed it a little bit wide. Probably needs to go more corner on that one.
Hoffbauer jump serve here. Bontrager off of her hand, came a little shallow. Going to have it dumped over, and this one going to fall out of bounds there. Coon Rapids now at set and match point.
And Hoffbauer, a great float serve, back-to-back ones. If you watch it, it's like a knuckleball. You watch it from where we're at, and you can just see that ball going side to side. That's a really hard ball to play.
Ball going to go over here. Rodman gets up in the air to Carroll. It's going to go in the net, and they'll fall as a 25-22 score here in set number 2. Going to make it Coon Rapids Bayard winning this one. We're going to step away for 3 minutes. We'll be right back in the Mackey Motors tailgate here on Kick 106.7, as well as our YouTube channel for the Carroll Broadcasting Sports Network.
Dries Company.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
For over 50 years, Pringer Slumberland has been your trusted destination for all things furniture and flooring. Hi, it's Matt Pringer, third generation in our family-owned business. We understand the importance of creating spaces where memories are made and cherished. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, personalized service, and unbeatable value has made us a staple in the community. Pringer Slumberland is more than just a furniture store. We're part of your community, and when you shop with us, you're not just furnishing your home, you're investing in the livelihood of your neighbors. Pringer Slumberland, Highway 30 West in Carroll.
Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been serving Lake City and the surrounding communities with new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Mackey Motors is a full-service dealership providing oil changes in our Quick Lube Express bays, a service department with world-class trained technicians, a body shop and collision center with the latest equipment, a full vehicle detailing department, or come talk with one of our highly knowledgeable sales staff.
Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 16 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City. MackeyMotors.com.
This fall, cozy up with internet that keeps up. With WindSpeed Fiber Internet from Western Iowa Networks, enjoy 1 gig speeds for just $99.99 a month. Perfect for streaming, football, fall shows, and working from home. No lag, no interruptions, just the speed you need all season long. Other speed packages available starting at just $59.99 a month. Call or text 712-775-2946 for details or visit westinet.com today. Western Iowa Networks, connecting you to what matters for 120 years.
Only Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
Oh, hell no! Not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712-ROOF-PRO. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712-ROOF-PRO.
Blankman here tonight, along with, of course, Mason Neal and Troy Haas running our video production here tonight. We're breaking him in on the go. The poor guy walked in here after he got off his full-time job in the middle of the match, and he had never run one before. And we're like, here's the iPad, start pushing buttons. But he's doing a great job over there, and we appreciate him helping us out here tonight so we can bring you full coverage of all three of our matches here tonight. Mason, Coon Rapids Bayard able to pull out a 2-set victory there over Esac County, so they go 1-1 on the night. What did you feel was the difference for the Crusaders there in that match?
It just felt like they kept bringing the energy. I mean, when they were trailing to Esac County late there, they kept bringing the energy. And you see IKM-Manning running out here now. This almost feels like more of a traditional volleyball match with the music and everything going on.
Yeah, but now all of a sudden the right side of the floor has gotten empty because everybody, for the most part, that was here has taken off. For me, I still go back to the serve. Even though they lost that first match, I thought the serve that they had in that second set, they kept Esac County. When they got on their runs, they kept Esac County out of system here tonight. We do have Natalie Lewis sent to join us, and we'll chat with the coach here and get her thoughts on both of her matches here tonight. Coach, congratulations on the win here. I was just saying that I thought your serve, even in the set that you lost tonight, or the match you lost IKM-Manning, your serve was really taking the other team out of system a lot. I thought that was the difference here tonight in this win over Esac County.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's our strong suit, right? Like, we wanted to serve aggressive. We knew that was something we could do against IKM, and unfortunately we did not execute our game plan very well offensively. We had way too many hitting errors. and we kind of just put ourselves in a bind. I mean, Malia had 4 attempts, I think, in the first set. We can't have that. I mean, that doesn't work.
Right.
So, yeah, I think it was the several things. I think all the girls probably want that game back and want to go again.
Yeah, I was just going to say, were you a little surprised that Malia didn't see it more in that first set against IKM-Manning earlier tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it kind of caught up on me, too, a little bit. I should have probably addressed that earlier, and that's not probably on me, but just trying to get her the ball more. I really don't know. I'll have to watch the tape back. I don't know why we didn't. But, yeah, like I think that definitely hurt us because we needed our powerhouse against their powerhouse.
I thought tonight, especially against ESAC County, you went to a little bit more of a quicker offense, too, and tried to run those quicks. They had the size advantage, kind of like IKM-Manning did, but that quick offense can negate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we tried to do that. And actually, in the ESAC game, we ended up going a little bit further outside just to give Malia a little bit more space because they were doing a good job of closing the blocks. Manning was like 50-50. Sometimes they were close, sometimes they weren't. So we had the opportunity on quicker sets sometimes. But yeah, I think ESAC did a good job of closing the blocks, so we tried to change that up a little bit.
And I noticed as well a lot of tips, but they were smart tips and dumps tonight. The left front opened a lot, the donut opened a lot, especially against ESAC County. What were you telling the girls? What was the back row kind of telling them about what was open there?
Yeah, Anna did a good job. I won't even take zero credit for that. That wasn't part of our game plan at all. But Anna did a good job of recognizing that and talking to her hitters, which is what we've talked about. And, having her be in libero for 3 years now, like she's really picked that up, and she's got super good IQ, so she can manage that well.
ESAC County made a run at you with Bontrager at the service line. You were able to kind of settle yourself back in. What was she doing with her serve that maybe hurt you a little bit to allow them to kind of climb back into that second set?
I don't even know. That's a good answer, right? No, I think, our service was, we were just, honestly, I think we played a little tired tonight.
Right.
If I'm really honest, we had a big tournament this weekend and coming around, and it's homecoming week and all the things, so we had coronation, all the things last night, and I'm not making excuses for them, but I thought they looked tired. I thought they looked lethargic. We talked about it too. We just got to figure out a way to kind of get some more energy when we don't necessarily think it's easily there.
What did you think take away from tonight? Now, you win the tournament at OABCIG. You suffer your first loss of the season there, but you still win that tournament. Now tonight you go 1-1. Where's this team at right now?
I'm still happy with how they're doing. I told them, we played a really good Manning team. We played a really good ESAC team. We played a really good OABCIG team. The last two, they don't make a ton of mistakes, right? Like, they're very clean defensively. They're going to get touches on blocks. They're going to do a lot of things that we don't necessarily get to see because we don't get to see the height, honestly, consistently in our schedule. So, it's good for us. It's so good for us to play them. And we really hung with Manning. I thought we could have been on the other side of that, had a few things gone more our way, and I guess that's why you play the game, right? Like, next time we would get another chance. We don't play them again in the season, but yeah.
Maybe in the postseason.
Yeah, maybe
somewhere.
in the postseason.
Yep,
Absolutely. But yeah, they're a good team and they're tall. Obviously, we don't see blockers like that every day in our conference. So it's good for us.
I did like what I saw from Ashton Clucky tonight, serving-wise, and Aubrey Hoffbauer hitting. So 2 more players really kind of rounding into shape for you a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Ashton's done a good job serving all year. She's very aggressive with her serve. As a coach, I hate missed serves, but I got to learn to live with a few missed serves because she gets the aces to go with them too. And I thought she did a very good job balancing that tonight, being aggressive but knowing when to not. Honestly, at the end of the game, I think they had 24 for a while there,
right.
And she was at the service line, and she did a really good job being smart but still aggressive, and she's really coming to her own on that.
And, Coach, I kind of laughed because you mentioned the missed serves. I said something about midway through the second set of that ESAC match. I'm like, I think right now all 3 coaches are going to go, I like serving aggressive, but I want my serve percentage a little better. A few too many service errors for you. How many service errors are you acceptable with to be that aggressive serve? Is it 6, 7? Is there a certain number you want to stay under?
You had to say that, didn't you?
Yeah.
No. Honestly, I look at it aces to serve to serving errors ratio. And, the other day I think they had 7 serving errors, but I think we had like 10 aces. And I'm like, you know what? Like, if your aces kind of outweigh your serve errors, then sometimes it's acceptable, unless it gets way out of control. But yeah, absolutely. I think that was, I was happy with how they served tonight. The second ESAC, we missed more serves, but really against Manning, I thought we did a really good job. We didn't have that many missed serves, and they were aggressive misses. So you'll take that.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming up, Coach.
Thank you.
Best of luck, and we'll see you again here soon.
Thank you.
You bet. Head Coach Natalie Lewis again with the Coon Rapids Bayard Crusaders. We're going to step away. We'll take a break. We're back in 3 minutes right here on KIK 106.7.
These DMAC Carroll campus students are tomorrow's nurses. They're leaders, smart, dedicated, and they care about their community.
My experience in DMAC nursing so far, I get to make difference in people's lives during their most vulnerable times, and I build friendships along the way.
The interaction between the faculty, staff, and professor with the students are really close. They really help us a lot every time.
Get started today.
From puddings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
It's okay.
your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
For details, contact Nicole Unken at Nicole Unken Agency.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
Welcome you back here on the Mackey Motors pregame. Mackey Motors tailgate here on KIK 106.7. Getting ready for IKM-Manning and ESAC. We still need to announce our Culver's player of the game from our last matchup. And Aubrey Hoffbauer from Coon Rapids Bayard gets our player of the game.
Yeah, it felt like, Malia Claybird's the hitter that everyone focuses on. And once Malia kind of struggled from that left hitter position for a little bit as they had a kind of block set up there and she couldn't get over it for a little bit, Aubrey Hoffbauer took the left outside position. Malia went to the middle, and I felt like that adjustment where Aubrey Hoffbauer became that hitter out of the left side really helped them get some points on the board and get things going there to be able to put Malia back in the left position and say, you know what, we got 2 hitters we can rely on here in this set number 2 where they kind of struggled early but fell back into the winning position.
And Aubrey also had a late service run there in that second set that allowed them to be able to rally back to get that win. So Aubrey Hoffbauer is our Culver's again, player of the game. We'll get a picture and a banner of her put together later tonight. We'll get that out on the CB Sports Network website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. We're set for our final match of the night. It is going to be East County taking on the home team here tonight in IKM-Manning. The Raiders coming in. Their head coach, Brandon Steiger, now 12-9 on the year. They came into tonight hitting 170, led this year in kills so far on the season by Caitlin Schmidt. Caitlin coming into tonight with 158 kills. Of course, Jordan Carroll leading them with 427 assists on the year. Sarah Bontrager, their top player in the back row, at 190 digs. She played well in the back row last game. And then, of course, blocking-wise, they've got Emerson Ludwig in the middle. Her and Miranda Gertis are really tough. I think the battle at the net in this matchup should be really fun and interesting here tonight, because you got, of course, Addison Bandow and Keegan Aish had two really good hitters at the net for IKM-Manning, and then you got Langle and Caitlin Bandow and Macy Grun has been playing well for them. But for Esac County, you got those two middles that have been really good blockers, and then Esac's got weapons. We talked about Caitlin Schmidt. The back rows are going to be really solid. I think if IKM-Manning's got maybe an edge, it could be with their serve receive, as Esac County struggled a little bit in serve receive against Coon Rapids Bayard. For the Wolves, they come in 12-2 now on the season, coming into tonight hitting 175 with 366 kills on the season. They are led in kills so far this year by Keegan Aish. She came into the night with 132, though Addison Bandow had the big night in that win over Coon Rapids Bayard. Caitlin Bandow leads them with 15 blocks in the middle. Carly Arp leading them with 279 assists. Also is tied with Anna Stengel for the team lead in aces coming into tonight. Now, I think Arp had more against Coon Rapids Bayard, so she's the team leader now in aces coming into tonight. But this one should be a battle, and it should be a really fun one here tonight. Coon Rapids Bayard, again, they played the first two matches, looked better in the second match than they did the first. Your IKM-Manning, you played well in the first, then you sat. Esac County ended up, now playing two matches in a row. So will they come out in a rhythm? Will it take IKM-Manning a little bit of time to settle in? We'll step away, back with more of our Mackey Motors tailgate after this 3-minute timeout right here on KIK 106.7 and the CB Sports Network.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
For over 50 years, Pringer Slumberland has been your trusted destination for all things furniture and flooring. Hi, it's Matt Pringer, third generation in our family-owned business. We understand the importance of creating spaces where memories are made and cherished. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, personalized service, and unbeatable value has made us a staple in the community. Pringer Slumberland is more than just a furniture store. We're part of your community, and when you shop with us, you're not just furnishing your home, you're investing in the livelihood of your neighbors. Pringer Slumberland, Highway 30 West in Carroll.
Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been serving Lake City and the surrounding communities with new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Mackey Motors is a full-service dealership providing oil changes in our Quick Lube Express bays, a service department with world-class trained technicians, a body shop and collision center with the latest equipment, a full vehicle detailing department, or come talk with one of our highly knowledgeable sales staff.
Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 16 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City. MackeyMotors.com.
This fall, cozy up with internet that keeps up. With WindSpeed Fiber Internet from Western Iowa Networks, enjoy 1 gig speeds for just $99.99 a month. Perfect for streaming, football, fall shows, and working from home. No lag, no interruptions, just the speed you need all season long. Other speed packages available starting at just $59.99 a month. Call or text 712-775-2946 for details or visit westinet.com today. Western Iowa Networks, connecting you to what matters for 120 years.
Back here on the Mackey Motors tailgate as we get ready for our third match of this, a triple header for you here tonight on Kick 106.7. And Mason, you were just saying that, you know, this is nothing different than doing a football broadcast, right?
Yeah, except for we're switching and doing all this. We're running around. And, you know, I was talking too when I asked you, I said, can we name a girl twice Culver's player of the game in the one night? So this could be historic for Carroll Broadcasting here. For the first time, we've named a girl Culver's player of the game twice if Addison has a good night, or you can name two Wolves players of the game, or you can name a Raider player of the game. You can have three different teams with players of the game in one night.
Well, wouldn't that be unique and kind of interesting? But this is, I think the way this has worked out, this might be something we have to look to try and do in the future. I hope they keep doing this triple header between these, triangular between these three.
Do they switch
programs.
Locations with it?
Yep, it was at Esac County last year, so next year it'll be at Coon Rapids Bayard.
I wouldn't mind doing it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's, you will need two people, I'll tell you that. We will need probably you and me to both go to it.
Yep. So they're honoring Anna Stengel right now. I mentioned it in the pregame. Again, against Missouri Valley, she became the all-time digs leader in IKM-Manning history. So congratulations to a young lady that, you know, I like to give a little bit of a hard time to every now and then. And she's such a nice kid, very quiet and stuff. She always just kind of turns a little bit red when I tease her a little bit, but just a nice kid and well-deserved honor. She's put a lot of time in to become as good as what she's been here as a libero.
Yeah, and I mean, even when I talked to Anna Hart for our interview on YouTube, I said, how do you feel like, you know, that matchup between you and Anna Stengel goes? And she said, I give all the credit to Anna because she works her butt off, I work my butt off, and we compete in almost every sport. I mean, they run track against each other, They play softball against each other, they play basketball against each other. So, I mean, it's almost everything that you got there. They're both going back and forth.
And if they both weren't seniors this year, they'd be in the same conference together starting next year.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. You could have two of the best liberos in our area. I mean, we have a really good group of liberos in this area between her and Kaylee Simons and Anna Hart, and you got so many good liberos in our area.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to have that, you know, this year? But I'm excited about that transition here in the future. They're running through the lineups. I think we're probably going to do a national anthem. We didn't do one between the first or the second set, so I think we're going to go ahead and probably get a national anthem. For you, what are your keys? I gave my keys while you were down talking to coaches. What are your keys?
Esac County needs to come back, and they need to fight a little bit harder. You know, there was a couple errors here and there that they had that, you know, if you can clean those up between match to match, you can get a little bit less points given to the other team. And the less points you give to IKM-Manning is the less points that they're going to receive from you free. So you need to be able to clean up those mistakes. For IKM-Manning, it's about coming out with that same intensity you played against Coon Rapids Bayard. You have a match off, you get to watch both teams play again, you get to see what Coon Rapids did that helped them win against Esac County. So you got to go out there and you got to play with that same intensity you brought in match number one.
Yeah, and I mentioned too that I thought Coon played better in their second match of the night tonight. Esac now getting their second match. I know this is the second one for IKM-Manning, but does the sit, the in-between sit, does that hinder them just a little bit? We'll step away for our national anthem. We'll be back with First Serve in 3 minutes right here on Kick 106.7 and the CB.
Only Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
Oh, hell no! Not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
These DMAC Carroll campus students are tomorrow's nurses. They're leaders, smart, dedicated, and they care about their community.
My experience in DMAC nursing so far, I get to make a difference in people's lives during their most vulnerable times, and I build friendships along the way.
The interaction between the faculty, staff, and professor with the students are really close. They really help us a lot every time.
Get started today.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
More Lumber of Coon Rapids is proud to back our local high school athletes on the court, the field, and the diamond. Just like a solid game plan starts with the right team, every great project starts with the right materials, from lumber to hardware and everything in between. More Lumber supplies the quality you need with hometown service you can trust. More Lumber, supporting student athletes and building strong communities. One project at a time.
A little late coming out of our timeout on the radio here. We're 1-1. Keegan Ascheid with a kill. Carly Arp with a long serve. Addison Bend now has it blocked to the net by Schmidt and Gertis. They'll come over to the left side to Ascheid. She'll go cross court. Dug by Hauser over to Schmidt left side. Dumped into the back middle. Dug by Stangl. Arp goes left side. Addison Bend. Now that's going to be just a little bit long. And East Sac County has taken their first lead in this first set here in our third match of the night as they lead it 2-1.
Yeah, and you bring that kind of full volleyball feel. You have an East Sac student section. You have a IKM-Manning student section as well.
Carly Arp, Caitlin Bandow in the middle. And very much like the first match of the night, Coon Rapids Bayard took a 4-1 lead in both sets against IKM-Manning. The Wolves, they're able to rally back. We'll see if anything happens here.
Yeah, now 3-1 here, and IKM trailing again right away.
And there is a long hit again from Keegan Ascheid, and the lead is now 4-1 in favor of East Sac County. Lindy on the serve, received to Arp, played up into the air by Schmidt, and they're going to call her for 2 touches. Yep. So that'll make it 4-2. Nope, 5-1. They called that a back row attack on IKM-Manning. So 5-1 now in favor of East Sac County. Bontrager with the serve, dug by Stangl. Over to Ascheid, that's going to go deep, played by Hauser. Carroll now goes over to Schmidt, cross court, dug by Stangl to Arp, right side Ascheid. Big swing, played up by Burns, tracked down by Carroll. Hauser asked to free ball it across. Lindy out of the mat, middle to Arp. Middle set for Caitlin Bandow against that big block, tipped up into the air by Gertis on the block. Arp now comes over to Ascheid, and that one is going to be touched by the diving Bird, and Ascheid going to get her second kill of the night, and that'll make it 5-2.
And that's what you need to do there. You see that big block between either Emerson Ludwig and Miranda Gertis or Emerson Ludwig and Caitlin Schmidt. You need to run those quicks, get them to Keegan Ascheid, get them to Addison Bandow, Caitlin Bandow. Get them going quick so you can get over the block and get the ball into the back row.
Serve played by Burns. Carroll goes back row attack now for Bontrager, and that is going to be off the fingers, but we're going to get a net violation. Going to go against IKM-Manning, so East Sac now takes a 6-2 lead.
And you almost saw a bigger section on this right side of Coon Rapids fans that have now come out. You see a lot of IKM-Manning fans here on this left side. A couple East Sac fans over here. I see Todd Bontrager over there as well in the crowd.
Todd here to watch his daughter Sarah, of course, play. Lily Rodman back to serve. Stangl out of the back right, tracked down by Caitlin Bandow. Ascheid out of the back row with the attack, dug by Bontrager, tracked down by Carroll. Bontrager will free ball it across. Ascheid up to Arp. Left side now to Langle, down the line off of Bontrager, and Ella Langle picking up her first kill here in this second match. 6-3 now in favor of Esac County.
Yeah, now you see Kaylee Rasmussen come in. You see Macy Grun come in.
Yeah, really nice crowd. IKM-Manning's filled in nicely here tonight as the night has gone on. Served by Kaylee Rasmussen. She'll go deep middle, played by Bontrager to Carroll. Middle set for Schmidt, touched at the net. That's going to be out of bounds off of the Wolves.
Yeah,
so
that's
the kill for Caitlin Schmidt will push it to 7-3.
That's one that's hard to communicate because, you know, once it's tipped, the ball is coming back really fast. It's hard to say it, but that's something you have to try and do is try and communicate, hey, I touched the ball, you got to go get it.
Yeah, and as a back row player, you got to be watching that. Rasmussen on the serve, received to Arp. Right side to Ashide, goes deep. And right now, Keegan not getting on top of the ball. A lot of her balls are sailing along because she's not getting off the ground and hitting up above, so she's not extending, and that arm is bent. Rasmussen on the serve receive, and that is going to be tipped down by Ludwig, played up by Arp. Stengel now comes over to Ashide, tipped across, and that left front wide open there on the double block. Keegan Ashide with her third kill here tonight, and that is going to make it now an 8-4 lead for the Raiders. That's going back to serve for IKM-Manning is going to be Keegan Ashide. They'll go at Bontrager back left, up to Carroll. Left side now to Ludwig, pushed across, dug by Ashide over to Arp. Left side to Lango, cross court, that's going to sail long, no touch. Esac County up by 5 here at 9-4. That matches their largest lead in this set.
And you can tell just a little bit slow coming out of it right away. They're sending balls long, and they're not really getting the positioning they want, and that's something that comes with time here, but you don't want to take it too long to be able to get back into the swing of things.
Schmidt with his serve, dug by Stengel. They'll go into the middle to Grun, and Grun going to pick up the kill. Arp with her 5th assist. Grun with her first kill here in this set. And that'll cut it now to 9-5. And a Stengel back to serve. Ella Lango will check. Addison Bando will check in. Serve received by Rodman to Carroll. Middle set for Ludwig, and that is going to be off the double block, and we're going to get a lift on Ashide. Not much that Keegan could do on that one. That one literally landed right in her lap, and they're just kind of stuck into the body. Hauser and Gertis check in. Ludwig and Rodman will check out for Esac County. Raiders playing with some energy here in this first set. Stengel on the serve, received to Arp. Left side now, Addison Bando. That is going to be blocked, pushed over by Arp. They'll go to Schmidt out of the back row, played by Ashide to Arp. Now it's Stengel out of the back row. Carroll set by Schmidt. Left side now, Bontrager down the line, dug by Ashide. Arp will go into the middle to Grun off the net. That's going to drop in. 2 kills for Macy Grun. And IKM-Manning back now within at 10-6.
And Macy Grun's been the one so far up front that's been able to place the ball really well. And if I'm IKM-Manning, if she's the one that keeps getting called upon there, I would not be surprised because she's the one that's been able to find those gaps early.
We've got a timeout on the floor here, and I don't know. The down official was talking to Brandon Steiger here a moment ago. And I don't know.
Looks like they put a 30-second timer on the clock.
But I don't know. They're looking at the Esac side, the down official is. So I don't know if he's checking numbers or what. Now they're all kind of laughing. So I don't know what this discussion is. Brandon Steiger, the head coach for the Raiders, came out almost onto the floor. I mean, he had about half of his foot was on the playing surface. And now Lindy going to check in for Grun. Rasmussen will check out as Caitlin Bando will check in. So it's always hard to know when you've got headsets on and you can't hear anything to know what that discussion was about. Olivia Lindy will serve. They'll go back right to Hauser, played up by Carroll, and then free balled over by Aschinger. Stengel to Ashide, now to Bandow. That's Addison. Dug by Schmidt. Carroll goes to Bontrager left side. That'll go high and long. Tried to go up and over the block. IKM-Manning with the point. They trail it here by a score of 10-7.
And that's the hard thing as a hitter. You know, you can't hit it when you're going up because then it's going to sail up and long. You can't hit it when you're all the way coming through because then you're going to go in the net. You have to find that sweet spot of hitting it right over the net while you're still coming down.
Hauser over now to Aschinger, to Gertis in the middle. That's off the net, dug by Bando. Arp to Ashide. She'll push that one across. Schmidt in the back row. Up to Carroll, now to Ludwig, or Gertis, excuse me, and that one's going to miss long, no touch. And IKM-Manning has crept back into this one, down now by a score of 10-8. ESAC trying to use their middles here, which had been a strength of theirs tonight, but a couple of missed hits from them. And Lindy will serve again, dug by Schmidt sideways, played by Aschinger. Carroll has to free ball it across to A-side to Arp. Left side Addison Bando, and that is going to be a tool for Addison Bando. Hard to believe she had, 13 or 14 kills in that first match tonight. That is her first in this match here. And she has pulled her team within 10-9. She had 14 in that win over Coon Rapids Bayard, and there's going to nearly be an ace. Good job by Gertis to keep that alive. Carroll free balls it over. Stangle to Arp, dumped across, dug by Hauser. Tipped over by Gertis, played by Stangle to Arp, left side Bando. Bando with the attack. That's going to be off of Hauser, and here comes Addison Bando. She's got 2 kills, and we're tied at 10-10.
Yeah, and you can see both coaches out there talking to their players. You know, you see Brennan Steiger walking out. You saw McKaylee Cron coming from the back of the bench. They're talking, and that's a good job from both coaches, knowing that you're tied right now, and there's things you can fix here in set number 1.
So Olivia Lindy to serve it away, trying to give the Wolves their second lead. They got the first point on a kill from Keegan Ashide. Lindy serve, goes back middle, played up by Schmidt. Carroll goes over to the left side to Gertis off the top of the net, dug by Ashide. Arp bump sets it over to Addison Bando, drives it into the back middle off of Schmidt. 3 straight kills for Addison Bando. And IKM-Manning back on top here by a score of 11-10.
And you got that front row between Caitlin and Addison Bando. That gives you 2 options right away. Addison getting a lot of those looks right away, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see both of them get kind of an even mix.
And the serving from Olivia Lindy here has kind of gotten ESAC into a little bit of a funk. But that time the serve into the net. We're going to be tied at 11 apiece. Aschinger will check out. Brooke Burns will check in for the Raiders.
What's that you love to say, the old radio jinx?
Yeah, I didn't say it until she started to serve. But yeah, radio jinx it is certainly something that happens. Mason doesn't believe me. Brooke Burns with the serve. Played by Lindy over to Art. Left side to Addison Bando. Goes back middle. Played up by Schmidt. That's up into the rafters. Kept alive by Carroll. Hauser will free ball it to the donut. A-side to Arp into the middle to Caitlin Bando. Touch to the net. Dug up in the air by Schmidt. That'll be overpass to A-side. Arp goes left side to Addison Bando, and that's down the line off of Burns, and another kill for Bando, her 4th. IKM-Manning back on top here by a score of 12-11.
And you can see that they went kind of 3 different ways there. You saw Caitlin Bando get the first one, then Addison get 2 in a row there.
Arp with the swing, or the serve, played up by Hauser. They'll work it to Gertis. That's going to be blocked by Caitlin Bando. Hauser will get it back up to Gertis. She'll free ball it across, back left. Stangle up into the net, kept alive by Arp, and played over by Caitlin Bando. Now they'll dump to the donut. Great play from Jordan Carroll. The IKM-Manning defense turned and ran to try and get back into their position so they could get to base. And what they didn't realize is they took their eye off of the ball.
Yeah, you can't turn your whole body and start running because the ball's going to come right at your back, and that's what happened right there. You saw Carly Arp kind of fall forward trying to get to it.
Stangle on the serve receive, overpass put down by Caitlin Schmidt. And ESAC County has grabbed the lead back. Caitlin Schmidt with her 2nd kill here. And the Raiders on top now by a score of 13-12. Hard to believe, just 3 kills in this first set right now for ESAC County. Caitlin Bando with a big swing in the middle. She picks up the kill. IKM-Manning has tied it here at 13-13. Our 4th tie here in this first set. Again, we're playing to 25, and we're playing the best of 3 sets. That 3rd set, if we would go there, would be to 15.
We haven't seen a 3rd set yet, but still evenly matched between 2 every time.
Carroll from Burns comes over to Schmidt. That'll be off of the net, and that is going to be out of bounds off of the block of IKM-Manning. So Caitlin Schmidt with her 3rd kill. ESAC County on top by a score of 14-13. And again, Coach Steiger from ESAC will join us. We talked with Coach Cron after the first match tonight against Coon Rapids Bayard. We'll have all 3 of our coaches having joined us at some point tonight. We'll get video interviews with 2 players from all 3 teams. The serve that time is long from Rodman. We are tied again here. 5 ties, and 4 of them have been since we got to 11-11.
Yeah, and a nice job there from IKM-Manning's bench as well as some of their back row players. When Anna started drifting towards that line, all of them yelled out, out, out. Anna pulls her arms back to be able to not be able to hit it and let it go out.
Kaylee Rasmussen with the serve, goes out to Rodman up back right. Bontrager will keep it alive over to Ludwig. She'll free ball it across to A-side to Arp. Over to the left side to Langle, back middle, dug by Bontrager. Carroll goes to Ludwig in the middle. That'll be dug by Rasmussen back middle. Arp Bump set right side over to Aishide, dug off of the net by Bontrager, tipped over by Carroll, played up by Stengel to Arp. They'll come to Langle, free ball to cross, Burns up to Carroll. Now to Schmidt, tipped across to the donut. That's going to drop in for Caitlin Schmidt, her fourth. East Sac County maintaining that 1-point lead here at 15-14.
Yeah, she dumped to the donut, but the nice job there of not trying to dump away from the block, but dump over the block, because she dumped straight over the top of where the IKM-Manning block was set up, so nobody else was there to be able to get to it.
Served by Carroll, played up by Rasmussen to Arp, and that is going to be, is that going to be a back row attack? It is a back row attack for Carly Arp. That's going to make it now 16-14 in favor of the Raiders. Their largest lead was 5 at 8-3. Rasmussen on the serve receive. Arp comes right side to Aishide, and that's going to be off the antenna. And I think Coach Cron going to be calling a timeout here. Our Wolves are down 17-14 here in the first set. We'll step away.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
It's okay.
your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave!
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless! Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
For details, contact Nicole Unken at Nicole Unken Agency.
Welcome you back here on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel. 17-14, ESAC with the lead. Carroll back to serve. Jordan will serve it deep, played by Rasmussen over to Arp, right side again to Aishide. Big swing, and that's going to drop in for Keegan Aishide. Aishide had 2 kills early. That's just her 4th. They're trying to get her back into this one. 17-15 now in favor of ESAC County. Aishide will go back to serve. Bontrager Rodman, 2-person serve receive, comes over to Ludwig, who is up front. Now Bontrager keeps it alive. Carroll will free ball it across to Aishide. Arp comes left side to Langle, big swing, and that'll drop in for Ella Langle as Langle picks up her second. And the Wolves with 2 straight kills have pulled within 1 here at 17-16.
And that's how you respond when you come out of a break there like that. You need to come out and you need to get points right away.
A serve from Keegan Aishide. Bontrager ducked out of the way last moment. That tells me somebody had hollered long. It ended up not going long. We're tied at 17 apiece. 6th tie in this set. And Aishide serving to give the Wolves the lead back. And that time the jump serve is short. And East Sac County will hold on to an 18-17 lead. They'll put Caitlin Schmidt back at the service line. Again, Mason and I will type up recaps for all 3 of these matches tonight and the Audubon girls tennis match tonight down at Atlantic. Rasmussen up to Arp, left side Langle down the line, played up by Schmidt. And that's going to be an overpass tip down by Grun, dug by Ludwig, and then Arp tries to tip it on the overpass. That one's going to miss wide. And East Sac County back up 2 at 19-17. Really good thought by Arp as that left front was open. She just tipped it a little bit too far as the Raiders were trying to hustle to get there. 2-point lead for East Sac County. Caitlin Schmidt with the serve. Off the net, dug by Stengel over to Aishide. Left side Langle, tipped to the donut, played up by Carroll. Rodman plays the second ball. Now to Bontrager. She'll roll shot it deep, and IKM-Manning again, not knowing where you're at on the court. They had 2 girls running back for it. Both of them, Rasmussen and Stengel, could have played it. They both look at each other, let it land in between them. It drops in by about 2 feet.
If it was me, I'd put my foot right on that line. I'd say, you know, if it's high enough, I'm going to let it go. If not, I'm going to play this.
Schmidt on the serve, played by Stengel. Now to Arp, into the middle to Grun. That'll be pumped up into the air by Carroll. Rodman will set it up for Bontrager. She'll free ball it across to Aishide over to Arp. Now to Langle, tipped to the donut, played up into the air by Carroll. Rodman will come over now to Ashinger. She'll free ball it deep, played up by Stengel. Over to Arp, into the middle to Grun. Dug by Schmidt in the back middle. Carroll comes at right side to Ashinger, tipped across, played by Arp onto the donut. Stengel bump sets, back row attack for Aishide into the net. And it's 21-17, and Coach Cron going to call her second and final timeout in this first set. 21-17 in favor of East Sac County. We're back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Gatorade broadcast booth distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Caitlin Schmidt back to serve for Esac County. They're up 21-17 here in the first set against IKM-Manning. Arp now over to Ascheid. Goes cross, dug by Aschinger in the right front. Carroll goes to Ludwig in the middle, dug by Stangl. Arp will come left side to Lango, cross court. That's going to be blocked. There's Aschinger and Ludwig. It's 22-17 Esac County.
Yeah, and you've seen so many matches now. Between the 4 sets you've seen from match 1 and match 2, everything's been close, but we haven't seen a third set so far.
Schmidt again with the serve, played by Ascheid to Arp, and Langle, as that pass was not a good one. It's 23-17, and all Coach Cron can maybe do now is substitute, but not a lot of players on the bench to be able to do that. It's a 6-point lead, largest of the set for Esac. Jump serve on the way, played up by Rasmussen to Arp. Over to Grun, and we are going to get a net violation going to go against Esac County. 23-18, Bando going to check in now for Ella Langle, and Estango goes back to serve. Serve will come back left, played by Rodman, or Bontrager I should say. Rodman was next to her. Arp comes now over to Addison left side, dug by Rodman. Carroll will go left side to Bontrager. That'll be played up by Rasmussen backwards. Ascheid gets to it. It'll go off Addison Bandow. And we've got set point for Esac County up 24-18.
Yeah, and IKM-Manning just struggling a little bit here in set number 1.
Give a lot of credit to Esac County, though. Their block has given them some problems, and they have not been able to get Bando and Ascheid going here, and that's because of the block. Tori Hauser in now to serve. Serve on the way, played up by Grun. Over now to Arp, left side to Bando, and that is going to be tooled out of bounds off of the block.
Nice job from Bando pulling the hands back there. I mean, she had it ready to go, but pulls the hands out so that it doesn't go off of her.
And that time, the block just didn't get turned. You see Coach Steiger over there telling his freshman, Reese Aschinger, you got to get the hands turned back into the court. Lindy with the serve into the net, and that is going to do it. Set number 1 goes to Esac County. They win it by a final of 25-19. We've got set 2 in 2 minutes here on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive health care for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
Coming up for you here tonight as this one will come to a completion at some point. Right now, though, we're just through one set. 25-19. East Sac County takes that first set here tonight. IKM-Manning getting their lineup checked out. Sarah Bontrager will go back to serve. And Mason, East Sac County, just they look like the team that was just more in a rhythm in that entire first set. IKM-Manning had runs but couldn't kind of keep going on those runs.
Yeah, it just felt like they were out of system a couple of times and just couldn't get the ball to Carly right away.
A-Shide with the attack off of an out-of-system play, and it is East Sac County as that one hit the net and dropped back down on the Wolves side, 1-0 in favor of the Raiders. Sarah Bontrager again goes back to serve. Serve on the way, played up by Lindy, now over to Arp. Into the middle to Caitlin Bando, and that is going to be tooled off of Gertis. So Caitlin Bando with her second kill here in this match. That'll even us at one apiece, our first tie here in the second set. Addison Bando's serve, played by Burns. Hauser behind her will get it over to Schmidt, left side, off of the net. That's going to drop in for Caitlin Schmidt. I've got her now for 5 kills in this set. And that's leading. According to my unofficial stats, East Sac just 6 kills in this first set. IKM-Manning's actually out hitting them at the net, but just too many errors for IKM-Manning. And East Sac's done a better job of playing a little less error-free ball. Rodman to Carroll, now off in the swing from Caitlin Schmidt. That is going to be another one for her. And I think if you're East Sac County right now, you're smelling some blood in the water. I think you feel like you've got IKM-Manning back on their heels, Mason, and you're going for the jugular right now to try and win this one.
Yeah, you got to keep going to Caitlin Schmidt, too. I mean, she's hot right now.
Rodman with the swing, played up by A-Shide, over to Arp. Middle set for A-Shide, tipped across, played up by Schmidt. Carroll will set up Bontrager out of the back row, off of Lindy backwards, and a kill for Sarah Bontrager. Carroll now up to 6 assists. And IKM-Manning, in all 4 sets that they've played so far tonight, has fallen down at least 4-1 to start. They're 2-1 in sets. That doesn't mean they're out of it yet, but they have fallen down at least 4-1 in every set so far that they've played tonight. Lily Rodman again with the serve, played by Stengel to Arp, left side now to Langle, and that is going to sail long, and it's 5-1.
Just not getting the placement they want when they do go for these kills. And, you know, for IKM-Manning, you got to adjust fast here.
I think they're worried about the block. Ludwig and Gertis, very good blockers. I think they're worried about that block. So is Jordan Carroll. And they're just hitting the ball a lot of times along. And there's Langle, played up off of the tip by Rodman. They'll come over to Schmidt. She'll go deep, played by Stengel. Arp over to A-Shide, and that is going to be a nice dig by Burns. They'll come back over to Schmidt. Roll shot off of Stengel, and that's going to be another kill for Caitlin Schmidt at 6-1 East Sac County. Timeout by Coach Cron and IKM-Manning. We'll take a break with them. We'll step away back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
Dries Company. People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
Culver's player of the game coming up at the conclusion of this one. Rodman's serve goes into the net. IKM-Manning down 6-2 as Rasmussen and Macy Grun check in. Caitlin Bando and Olivia Lindy will check out. Kaylee Rasmussen will go back to serve. Rodman, Bontrager, and Schmidt in the back on serve receive, along with Burns back there as well. They'll get it to Rodman. Now to Carroll. To Emerson Ludwig. Free balled up and did not get that one up and over the net. She had to run forward, Mason, to get to that ball. Tried to just bump it over the net, but was unable to do so.
That's a tough ball to get to and a tough ball to play back over the net either way, but a nice job from IKM-Manning setting up the block there anyway if it would have came back over.
Kaylee Rasmussen serve, played by Schmidt on the serve receive, and then Carroll actually runs into Schmidt, who is still kneeling down on the floor and trying to duck out of her way. So that'll be an ace serve for Rasmussen and IKM-Manning. First ace for Kaylee here in this set. Wolves down 2 now. Rasmussen with the serve, played by Bontrager. Carroll will come over it to Schmidt. Big swing by Schmidt, dug by Arp off of the tip. A shot goes Langle left side, touch to the net, and that'll drop in for Ella Langle. She's got 3. IKM-Manning back within 1 here at 6-5. And it's hard, Mason, if you're a team that's always getting behind. You use a lot of energy to try and dig yourself out of those holes all the time.
Yeah, you got to start playing from in front of your IKM-Manning, so you got to make the move here.
Bontrager to Carroll, left side now Ludwig. That swing into the net, and the Wolves have scored now 4 straight, actually 5 straight. They were down 6-1, and they have scored 5 straight to tie this at 6 apiece as Rasmussen again will go back to serve.
And a nice serve run here from Kaylee Rasmussen so far.
Serve low, played by Rodman. That'll be an ace serve. Second one for Kaylee Rasmussen. And IKM-Manning has grabbed the lead. We're going to get a timeout called by Coach Bontrager. We'll step away with them back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel.
For over 50 years, Pringer Slumberland has been your trusted destination for all things furniture and flooring. Hi, it's Matt Pringer, 3rd generation in our family-owned business. We understand the importance of creating spaces where memories are made and cherished. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, personalized service, and unbeatable value has made us a staple in the community. Pringer Slumberland is more than just a furniture store. We're part of your community, and when you shop with us, you're not just furnishing your home, you're investing in the livelihood of your neighbors. Pringer Slumberland, Highway 30 West in Carroll.
Coming to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. 3rd of our 3 matches, the final match of the night. Jordan Carroll from Bontrager goes to Ludwig left side. And Ludwig going to get the tool off of Ascheid and Grun. So Emerson Ludwig with her first kill in this match. We are tied at 7-7. That's going to be our 3rd tie in this set. Langle out of the left side. That is going to drop in for Ella Langle. And I've had a couple of people inform me now that I said timeout Coach Bontrager. It was timeout Coach Steiger. 8-7 in favor now of IKM-Manning. Serve on the way by Ascheid. Over now to Rodman. Carroll comes left side. Ludwig again with the attack. And Emerson Ludwig heating up here. She's going up off of the fingertips of that block. 8-8 our score. Our 4th tie here in this set. Schmidt back to serve. She was the one that put him on a service run in that first set. Played by Rasmussen up to Arp. Left side now Langle. Blocked at the net by Aschinger off of Langle. And Esac County back on top 9-8. Our 2nd lead change in this set. We had 3 lead changes, 6 ties in the first set. 4 lead changes, 2 ties so far here in the 2nd set. Stengel on the serve, receive up and into the net. Art keeps it alive. Langle will free ball it across. Rodman to Carroll. Right side now to Aschinger. Dug by Rasmussen over to Art. Left side Langle off the top of the net. And that is going to be out of bounds off of Esac County. So Langle coming alive here. She's got 5 kills. Tied for the team lead for IKM-Manning. We're tied at 9-9.
And it felt like that one might have had a chance of falling out of bounds off of IKM-Manning, but Jordan Carroll sliding in there, making sure, if it isn't going to be out of bounds, we got to go get it.
Stengel on the serve, played by Schmidt. Now to Ludwig, goes across out of the middle, went over to the back left, I should say, and that's off of Stengel. And Emerson Ludwig now with 3 kills. Raiders hold the lead here at 10-9. Getting that middle going here as she'll check out. Miranda Gertis now in. Tori Hauser in for Rodman. Hauser will go back to serve. Played by Ascheid up to Arp, tipped across off of Hauser to Carroll. Over now to Bontrager. Roll shot to the donut. Played by A-Shide. Arp keeps it alive for Addison Bando. And Addison Bando gets that one to drop right into the lap of Tori Hauser. Her 6th kill of the night. Great hustle again by Carly Arp. She's a young lady that just seems to play hard all the time. 10-10 our score. Kaylee Rasmussen out. Caitlin Bando in. Olivia Lindy also on for Langle. Lindy will go back to serve. Serve on the way. Played by Hauser. Now bumped up and over. Art will set up Addison Bando, and that is going to sail long. And East County going to maintain that 1-point lead at 11-10 as Brooke Burns coming in for Reese Ashinger. Great student sections on hand for both of these teams. They actually played football in week 1. I did that game with Brett Lux that night on 93.7 KKRL. We'll have 3 football games coming up for you this Friday night as well. A-Shot on the serve receive over to Art. Left side to Addison Bando off of Hauser. Nice play up to Gertis. Overpass though, and Addison Bando there to put it away. And the officials discussing, I didn't see it in the net. I thought the ball came off of the net. The down official I don't think is for sure. And the up official is going to say that it is a point off of the kill from Addison Bando. 11-11 now our score.
Yeah, Coach Steiger believes that that one was off the net, off of the arm instead of the ball.
Yeah, but it looked like from where we're at it that it was the ball. A-Shide tips across. Nice dig by Hauser, but then is going to drop in. A-Shide picks up her 5th kill. 12-11 now in favor of IKM-Manning. Carly Arp back to serve. Serve goes to Hauser back middle. Off to Carroll, now to Schmidt. And that's going to sail long, and IKM-Manning with their largest lead in this set, their largest lead here in the match, up 13-11. Long way still to go in this one. Arp with the serve off of Schmidt up into the Raptor, still bouncing around. Burns will keep it alive. Schmidt will free ball it across. Stengel to Arp. Left side Addison Bando, and she put that one down almost inside the 10-foot line. She's got 8 kills on the night. I've got Art now up to 20 assists here in the match. And IKM-Manning is leading it by a score of 14-11. Carly Arp will serve. Played up by Hauser. They work it now to Gertis, and Gertis will get the tool off of the block. Her first kill. And it's now at 14-12.
Yeah, and you've seen the front row be kind of the factor here in IKM-Manning's both matches, as well as ESAC's first match there. And Miranda Gertis coming up big in the second match and now looking to do it in their first match back on.
And there is an ace serve by Sarah Bontrager. Bontrager will pull the Raiders within 1 here. 14-13 our score as Bontrager again will go back to serve. She attacked A-Shine the last time. This time she'll go right side at Lindy. Played up to Arp, now to Caitlin Bando. And that is going to be played by Burns over now to Bontrager. Free balled over by Schmidt. A-Shide to Arp. Left side Addison Bando. Tipped across, played by Carroll to Burns. Left side Schmidt. And that'll be tooled off of the block of Keaton against A-Shide. And Caitlin Schmidt with her 8th kill in this set. We're tied at 14-14. A-Shide to Arp, now over to Bando. That's Addison. That one's going to sail long, and East County has come back to grab the lead at 15-14.
IKM-Manning playing from behind once again here. In the first set, you saw that they played from behind, and it was just a struggle to get back. You need to keep it close here if you're IKM-Manning.
The serve by Bontrager into the net. And if you remember in that first set, that IKM-Manning grabbed a brief lead, and then IKM-Manning went, or ESAC went right back on top after that. This is what happened here. We'll see if IKM-Manning can re-grab the lead again. Schmidt serve receive, played by Hauser. Now over to Schmidt. She'll push it deep. Played by Addison Bando. Over to Arp, into the middle to Caitlin Bando. Bontrager to Carroll. Left side Schmidt. Cross court off of Lindy. Played that time by Arp. Now to Lango left side. Cross court dug by Hauser. Carroll up to the net. A-Shide going to tip it down, and Keegan A-Shide picks up her 6th kill.
And a heads-up play there by Keegan Aishide. It's not always about the power of where you're going to swing at the ball, but it's also about the placement, because there she could have swung really hard and went back cross-court, but she tips it back towards that outside.
Burns on the serve, received sideways, played by Carol. Bontrager has to free ball it across to Aishide. To Arp, they'll come back to Aishide right side, off the net, blocked by Schmidt, dug that time by Arp, played up into the air, blocked again by Gertis. Aishide sets it for Langle, free ball to cross, played by Burns to Carroll, pushes deep corner, Arp, up now to Lindy. Aishide out of the right side, dug by Burns. Carroll will bump set, back row attack for Hauser, tipped across, played by Addison, up now to Arp. Right side Aishide, and down the line for Keegan Aishide, and IKM-Manning up 17-15.
And a nice job being persistent, getting the ball to Keegan Aishide. You get blocked 2 times in a row to start things off. You move the ball around, you go right back to Keegan Aishide the 3rd time, and she's able to go down line and attack.
Addison Bando with the serve, played by Burns, and that time Hauser was behind Burns, and Hauser was the closest player to get the ball, but Burns couldn't get out of her way, and they ran into each other. And it's going to hit the floor. That'll be an ace for IKM-Manning. Timeout called by head coach Brandon Steiger. 18-15, we're back in 30 seconds right here on Kick.
Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been serving Lake City and the surrounding communities with new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Mackey Motors is a full-service dealership providing oil changes in our Quick Lube Express bays, a service department with world-class trained technicians, a body shop and collision center with the latest equipment, a full vehicle detailing department, or come talk with one of our highly knowledgeable sales staff.
Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 16 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City. MackeyMotors.com.
Coming to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth. Hauser on the serve, receive from Bando. They go into the middle to Gertis, and Miranda Gertis with her 2nd kill. Jordan Carroll now 12 assists in this set, or in this match. 18-16 IKM-Manning. Lily Rodman going to check in. She's had a pretty good night so far tonight. She'll look to serve the Raiders back into this one. If you're the Wolves, you need this set. You're down 1-0, losing that first set 25-19. Serve on the way. That is going to be played by Aishide, and that's going to be an overpass. Schmidt has it dug, though, by Aishide. Ludwig to Carroll, back to Ludwig in the middle. Dug up by Lindy. Stangle to Aishide, dug up by Bontrager. Carroll will come into the middle again to Ludwig, blocked by Caitlin Bando, and then it's going to be under the net off of Schmidt. So Caitlin Bando gets the big block, and it's 19-16. She'll check out now as Grun and Kaylee Rasmussen check in. And checking out is Caitlin Bando and Olivia Lindy.
And like you said, a huge set for IKM-Manning. It's do or die here. If you lose this one, you're done.
Kaylee Rasmussen with the serve, played by Bontrager. Carroll will track it down. Now off to Emerson Ludwig. Off of the net, off of a diving Carly Arp. And Ludwig picks up another kill. I've got her for 4 here tonight. 19-17 in favor of IKM-Manning. We're going to get a towel out on the floor. Carly Arp diving for that one and needs to dry down the floor a little bit.
Happens about every time you play on a court anywhere. You see at least one stoppage of, let's get a towel out there. And
it's warm because when I put this headset on after you, the headset was sweaty.
Just wait till somebody has to put the one after this one on.
Aishide with the big kill off of the right side, her 8th of the night. At least it'll be a player that's used to it. Keegan Aishide will put IKM-Manning up 20-17.
It's hot in this gym.
Thanks again to Troy Hastover running our video here tonight. You're going to watch and listen to the rest of this one on the CB Sports Network YouTube channel, brought to you by Western Iowa Networks. Blazing fast, reliable fiber internet with no data caps. Rodman over to Ludwig, has to free ball it across. That was not a good serve receive. They were out of system. Langle now attacks out to the left side, dug by Rodman. Carroll will go left side to Schmidt. Big swing, blocked by Arp and Macy Grun. Carroll now sets it over for Ashinger. Big swing for the freshman. And Ashinger picking up her first kill. And East Sac County back within 2 at 20-18.
You see it happen too often. Rasmussen and Aishide both go in their separate ways. Ball go rights between them.
Schmidt with the serve, played by Stangle up to Arp. Left side now to Langle, and that is going to be, a touch on the block. Ashinger and Ludwig going for the block. That'll be a kill for Langle. 21-18 in favor of IKM-Manning. Langle now up to 6 kills on the night. Anna Stengel back to serve. Serve on the way, played, and that's going to be an ace off of a Rodman. Anna Stengel with her first ace of this match. And the Wolves right now are 3 points away from sending us to our first to third set of the night. Serve down the lane, played by Bontrager, over now to Rodman. Ludwig has to free ball it across, finds Stengel over to Arp. They'll come into the middle to Gruen, tipped across, played up by Bontrager to Carroll. Right side now to Aschinger, and that one she tried to go line, had her body turned cross, tried to hit line. That's tough to do. Hannah Corey, one player that I know could do it years ago. You could look one way, have your body turn the wrong way and still do it, but not many players can do that. Stengel with the serve. Now get it over to Carroll, now over to Ludwig, touch to the net, dug by Stengel. Gruen bump set into the middle to Addison Bando. Played up by Ludwig from the donut, now off to Bontrager, and Bontrager gets it through the double block on the tool. And Sarah Bontrager picking up kill number 2. And the Wolves lead is at 23-19.
And you look at that last play there, Sarah Bontrager didn't transition wide, but stopped her body and turned back inside to be able to go through that block.
Tori Hauser to serve. Off of A-Shot, kept alive by Addison Bando, and free balled over by Gruen. Hauser off to Carroll. Into the middle now to Gertis. Big swing off of A-Shot, and here comes East Sac County. 23-20 still in favor of IKM-Manning. But it is a 3-0 run right now for East Sac County. Hauser again to serve. Comes to Rasmussen, tracked down by Arp, into the middle to Gruen and into the net. And that's where, when you don't get that pass to your setter in good shape, you put your hitter and your setter in a little bit of jeopardy. We've got a timeout. We'll step away back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
Only Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
Well, lost our internet very briefly there. 23-21. IKM-Manning with the lead here. Tori Hauser with the serve, played by A-Shide, and that is going to be an ace. And IKM-Manning's serve receive has left him here the last little bit. And it's a 1-point set. They struggled to put Coon Rapids Bayard away. And now struggling here in this set to put East Sac County away. Tori Hauser again with the serve, played by Rasmussen. That's a good pass up to Arp, and now you get the tool from Addison Bando. And it's set point at 24-22.
And we got to capitalize here. The more you let East Sac County keep that door open, the more they have an opportunity to come back and get that point to get back into it. So you got to get it either on this one or the next one before they get to 24.
Serve from Lindy, played by Schmidt, up to the net. Carroll goes backward. Schmidt will free ball it across. Stengel to Arp. Left side Addison Bando into the net. And the Raiders stave off a set point. 24-23. Burns checking in for Aschinger. And Brooke Burns will go back to serve for East Sac County.
Yeah, now more than ever, it's important to get that because you're at 24-23. You can still win by 2 here now. If they get to 24, then it's going to become a dogfight.
Serve played by Stengel up to Arp. Left side Bando, big swing, and that time she got up high and put it away. And it all started again with an outstanding serve receive, and Addison Bando will send us into our third set of the night as IKM-Manning takes set 2, 25-23. ESAC one set 1, 25-19. IKM-Manning takes set 2, 25-23. We'll play to 15 when we come back in 2 minutes right here on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel.
Oh, hell no, not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
These DMAC Carroll campus students are tomorrow's nurses. They're leaders, smart, dedicated, and they care about their community.
My experience in DMAC nursing so far, I get to make difference in people's lives during their most vulnerable times, and I build friendships along the way.
The interaction between the faculty, staff, and professor with the students are really close. They really help us a lot every time.
Get started today.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
It's okay.
your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American.
Just underway here in set number 3. Addison Bando will put IKM-Manning on top with the kill, and that is the first time they have led a set to start tonight. They've been down by at least 4-1 in all 4 sets until this one here. Tori Hauser over now on the serve receive. They'll go into the middle to Gertis, and that's going to sail long, no touch. 2-0 in favor of IKM-Manning. Wolves trying to go to 2-0. Hold on here. And now we're going to get the captains from both teams getting called to the net by Gene Statlander, the UP official. I don't know what that discussion is about, but captains are the only players that can comment to the UP official or to officials. So if maybe a player said something about whether or not that was touch and it wasn't a captain, and that may be why Jeannie called the 2 captains in. Serve into the net, and that is going to get ESAC on the board here. They're down now 2-1 as Sarah Bontrager will go back to serve.
Yeah, that kind of throws you out of rhythm there. Carly walks back to the line, and she's ready to serve, and you have to walk up and come back to the line again.
Serve coming up here for Bontrager. Played by Stengel. Arp will come over to Ascheid off the left cross court. That's going to miss wide. 2 in a row for ESAC County. Ties us for the first time here tonight at 2-2.
I will say a lot of athletes that I've talked to and seen are very rhythmic. You know, you want to stay in the same rhythm, the same routine to be successful. If you be successful and then you're pulled out of that routine, it makes it hard to get back into it.
Bontrager serve played by Lindy to Arp into the middle to Caitlin Bando, and ESAC County has fought back to take a 3-2 lead as that one into the net. We have our first lead change here in this third set. We'll have our Culver's player of the game coming up in the postgame. Right now, I don't know for sure who I'm leaning to. Art will go over to Addison Bando, and there's a big swing for Addison Bando. She'll pick up the kill and tie us here at 3-3.
Bando 2 of the 3 so far in this one, getting called upon really heavily here as of late.
Couldn't have it there to 1-1 tonight here. Losing to IKM-Manning, beating ESAC. So depending on how this one plays out, we could have one team 2-0, one team 1-1, and one team 0-2, or we could have 3 teams 1-1. And there is almost an ace serve. It hit the speaker, bounced back in, and ESAC able to free ball it across. Ascheid now out to the right is going to get the tool on Gertis. And Keegan Ascheid with her 9th kill. And IKM-Manning student section down here waving at us. It is 4-3 now in favor off of the kill from Ascheid. Thanks, sir. Mason for noticing it. I was writing down stats. Nice play by Bontrager off the serve, hit the net. Carroll will free ball it across to Ascheid. Now to Arp into the middle. They go to Ascheid, and that is going to be kept alive, and Gertis will free ball it deep, but it's going to go out of bounds. And it's 5-3 in favor of IKM-Manning.
They're using your name in their cheer.
That's
they
what
said
I
Jeff
wondered.
Blankman, I heard it, and then I looked down, they're all looking up at you.
Okay.
Apparently you're good luck to the IKM-Manning student section.
Hauser on the serve, received to Bontrager, now up to Gertis, tips across, played by Lindy to Arp, right side now to Ascheid, tipped across, played by Hauser, over to Carroll, goes back left side to Schmidt, big swing, dug by Lindy. Arp goes into the middle to Caitlin Bandow, tipped across, played by Hauser, over to Carroll, into the middle to Gertis, blocked by Caitlin Bandow, free balled over. Lindy keeps it alive, Bandow tips it down, dug by Burns, back row attack now for Bontrager. A-side to Arp, over to Langle, tipped across again, Burns on the dig. Carroll dumps to the donut, great play by Jordan Carroll.
Yeah, you cut a momentum of hitters going back and forth there by Jordan Carroll dumping it back over. And they were in a routine of seeing the ball come over and trying to block it and then having to get your back row ready. But for Jordan Carroll to cut that off, that's what really made it switch right away.
Emerson Ludwig in, Lily Rodman in, Gertis and Hauser will check out. A-side Arp, Lindy and Stengel. They're trying to hide Arp on that serve receive. She'll run past A-side, and A-side serve receive hit the top of the net. Dropped over onto the ESAC side. It goes off of Jordan Carroll, who had to dive for it. So the point on the ace serve will go to IKM-Manning, and they lead at 6-4.
That was a wild one there. I mean, Jordan Carroll jumps to get it, misses on the jump, and then it rolls, and she just couldn't get her hands under it to get it back over.
Kaylee Rasmussen in, her serve, played by Schmidt, now off to Carroll. Left side Ludwig, big swing, dug by Stengel. Arp over now to Langle. That'll be played up by Bontrager up to the net. The joust won by Carroll. A-side out to the right side, dug by Burns on the cross. They'll come left side to Schmidt, double block, and gets it tooled off of the double block of A-side and Grun. So Caitlin Schmidt now with 9 kills here in this set, or in this match. And it's 6-5. Raiders with a chance to tie it as Jordan Carroll goes back to serve. Serve short, played by Stengel, up now to Arp, right side A-side, big swing, and that'll drop in for A-side.
What a fitting end to what has been a really close match between IKM-Manning and ESAC as you go to a third set, and it's still close the entire way through. I mean, each team's been, up 1 or maybe 2 at one point?
Yeah, I think the largest lead's been 2 so far. It's kind of the race to 8, then that race to double digits, that race to 7 or 8. Schmidt with the attack, and that's going to be off of A-side. And it's a 7-6 IKM-Manning lead as Caitlin Schmidt's really come on here in the second and third set. She'll head back to serve for ESAC County. Serve coming up here for Schmidt. It's on the way, played up by Rasmussen. A-side bump sets it to Langle left side. She'll go deep left. Played by Rodman up to Carroll. Right side now to Aschinger, and that'll be a touch to the net. Dug by Rasmussen. Joust at the net. That's going to be won by Sarah Bontrager. And Bontrager will tie this one up at 7-7.
Talk about a race to 8. They get all the way back from 7-5 to 7-7, and it's just inching closer to 8, and then you got to inch to double digits, and then you got to get to 15.
Caitlin Schmidt will serve again. Comes at Rasmussen, and that is going to be off the net, played by Arp, overpass, and Emerson Ludwig right there to put it away. And I think Coach Cron maybe needing a timeout here. Her team down 8-7. They've given up 3 in a row.
Waiting it out here. She's still on the sideline talking to him.
She's got faith in this group. They have taken some huge steps over the last 2 or 3 years. A lot of these seniors have been playing since freshmen. Stengel on the serve receive up to Arp, now into the middle to Grun, and that'll drop in for Grun.
And that's why, as a coach, you got to know your players. Because if you know your players can't handle some of that pressure sometimes, you got to call the timeout and get them calmed down. But for IKM-Manning, Coach Cron knows that these girls have seen it before and they've handled this pressure before. So she lets them go out there and say, you know what, play through it, get to that next step.
Fourth to tie here as Stengel will serve, played by Bontrager. Carroll tracks it down. Schmidt out of the back row. Goes cross, played by A-side up to Arp, into the middle again to Grun, and that time's going to drop in another one. Macy Grun, just 4 kills tonight, but 2 big ones. Put IKM-Manning back on top here by a score of 9-8. And now that's our 3rd lead change in this 3rd set. Serve short, played by Ludwig sideways, tracked down by Bontrager up into the rafters. Ludwig free balls it deep. Stengel up to Arp. They'll come left side to Addison Bando, and that's going to be off of Bontrager. And Addison Bando now with 12 kills. It's 8-10 in favor of IKM-Manning.
IKM-Manning.
10-8, sorry.
IKM-Manning winning that race over to double digits now, and a lot of that in part to both Macy Greer and Addison Bando getting up front and getting a lot of kills late in the set.
Short serve again by Stengel, played by Bontrager. Carroll goes to Ludwig in the middle, touch to the net, she'll get the tool. Ludwig now with 6 kills. Jordan Carroll up to 18 assists unofficially. 10-9 in favor of IKM-Manning, but Tori Hauser back to serve to try and tie it up. The serve by Hauser off the net, gonna drop in for an ace. Her second ace of the match, and we are tied at 10-10. Not much you can do on that one. Hauser again to serve it away. Both of these teams wanting to win, and another ace serve for Tori Hauser.
That one just tailed off at the end, and Keegan Aishai thought it was going to hit her right and kind of the numbers and was able to get it back up, but it tailed off at the end. She wasn't able to get it back up in the air.
Timeout on the floor, back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Tori Hauser with the serve again, and that one sails long. A good timeout that time by head coach McKaylee Cron. We are tied at 11, our fifth tie in this third set. Again, we're playing to 15, got to win by 2. Olivia Lindy will go back to serve. We may end up playing to 25 before somebody gets up by 2. Schmidt on the serve receive over to Carroll. Now to Aschinger down the line. That's going to drop on the line. Big swing by the freshman. And Esac County on top now by a score of 12-11. They're 3 points away from getting their first win here tonight in this triangular. Brooke Burns is going back to serve.
IKM-Manning needs a good serve receive here. I mean, you don't want to get it to 13-11. You trail by 2, and then it makes it that much harder. You want to keep it close.
Aishide, Stangl, and Lindy back deep. And now we've got a timeout by the down official here. And are they changing the score to 11-11?
12-11.
Okay, it is 12-11. Okay, they must have had IKM-Manning up 12-11. So now Esac up 12-11, and Burns will serve. The serve on the way comes at Aishide back right. Up to Arp, left side Addison Bando. And that is going to be another kill for Addison Bando.
And you talk about, I said it, good serve receive there. Keegan Aishai got it clean to Carly Arp, and then Carly over to Bando to be able to get that one in, and that's how you do it with your IKM-Manning.
And Carly Arp will go back to serve for IKM-Manning, tied at 12. Serve on the way, played up by Hauser, up to Carroll. She'll tip it over, and now Gertis tips it over and drops it into the donut. IKM-Manning was confused, I think, a little bit on that one because I don't think they anticipated the ball coming over, and nobody played the donut area. And Miranda Gertis has put Esac up now 13-12. Bontrager with the serve, played by Stangl up to Arp. Into the middle now to Caitlin Bandel. Block pop back up by Caitlin, and that's going to be off of Lindy and into the crowd. And Esac County has a match point up 14-12. We're going to get a timeout called by IKM-Manning. We're going to go ahead and keep it here as we don't want to miss what could be the match ender. And if you're Esac County, where do you serve? What do you want to do on this?
I think, I don't know if there's really a place you want to serve. Maybe serve outside. Don't go dead middle there, but I think you kind of play it down the line and maybe go out one of those corners and attack there. But you want to make sure, you can't let them get a clean serve receive there, because if you get a clean serve receive, that makes that attack that much easier for IKM-Manning. So you want to give them a struggle on the serve, make them get out of position here.
Yeah, and I'm going to serve a seam. I'm probably going to pick 2 players, try to serve in between them, because you want to try and get them out of system right away. You don't probably want to serve right at somebody. We'll see what Bontrager does off of the call from head coach Brandon Steiger. Serve on the way. They come at Aishide. That'll be up to Arp. Right side now, Addison Bando. That's going to go wide, and Esac County is going to pick up the win, and they are going to even their record here tonight, as all 3 teams are going to finish 1-1 on the night. Esac County with a 25-19, 23-25, 15-12 victory here tonight over IKM-Manning. We'll step away, take a break. We're back in 3 minutes with the first part of our Mackey Motors tailgate. Coming up, Brandon Steiger, the head coach from Esac County, expected to join us.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
For over 50 years, Pringer Slumberland has been your trusted destination for all things furniture and flooring. Hi, it's Matt Pringer, third generation in our family-owned business. We understand the importance of creating spaces where memories are made and cherished. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, personalized service, and unbeatable value has made us a staple in the community. Pringer Slumberland is more than just a furniture store. We're part of your community, and when you shop with us, you're not just furnishing your home, you're investing in the livelihood of your neighbors. Pringer Slumberland, Highway 30 West in Carroll.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
Delicious.
Looks like we got a little EAS thing, so we'll have to wait a minute. Yeah, once this is done, then we'll be on.
The National Weather Service in Des Moines has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Webster County in central Iowa, east central Calhoun County in west central Iowa.
Oh my God, it's hot in here.
9:15 p.m. At 8:34 p.m.
That's what I had said. I was sweating up here.
So bad on the bus right over here. We have a new activities bus ordered that has air conditioning and it's bigger and nicer.
Yeah. we're back here on the Mackey Motors postgame, brought to you by Mackey Motors of Lake City. I did just want to say we're not going to skip over it. We got the severe weather in the area in Calhoun County, so if you're listening there, make sure that you guys get to an interior floor and make sure you keep up here. We'll have someone back at the station updating everything there, so we will have updates going here. First, we're going to talk to Brandon Steiger here on Mackey Motors postgame. Brandon, you guys go up and you play Coon Rapids right away. I mean, that one a loss for you guys, but you win your match number 2. You play back-to-back. What changed between that Coon Rapids Baird match and then that IKM-Manning match?
I don't know. It is probably, we just started a little bit slow in that Coon Rapids game. It's first time we've had a Monday game, after a weekend. So I don't know. Maybe we just started a little bit slow. There wasn't many people here in the stands to start. So I don't know. We picked it up as the games went on and came away with that second set win.
When you guys showed up, I mean, you walk in and you're already seeing Coon Rapids Baird, not even just warmed up, but already playing and getting into their playing form. Do you felt like that kind of contributed to you guys coming out a little slower?
I don't know about that. I mean, it definitely is easier to play the second game once you're warmed up. But we had that try last week, and we were dead tired after that first game and struggled a little bit in that second game. So you just never know how these tries are going to go. I was kind of lucky that it was best of 3 and not best of 5 again.
And you guys saw when you go out there, you see hitters like Keegan Ashide, you see both the Bandows, you see Macy Grun, but you look at you guys, you bring Emerson Ludwig, Caitlin Schmidt, you bring Sarah Braunschweiger up there. Tonight, though, you look at Caitlin Schmidt and what she did. She had a bunch of kills here in this second match. I read off, it looks like about 10 kills there for you guys. A lot of those came later, too, in kind of set 2 or set 3 there. Do you feel like she had a big impact on what you guys did tonight?
She did. I mean, if you look at Coon Rapids and IKM, they're almost 2 totally different teams as far as, one team's shorter and quicker and scrappier and one's, taller and lengthier and blocking. But I thought Kate did a great job of kind of tooling off their high hands and hitting it off. We weren't getting either team getting a whole lot of touch calls tonight, but yeah, she did a great job tonight.
For you guys now, you're going to go play Emmitsburg on Thursday. You got Tuesday and Wednesday to prepare for them. An Emmitsburg team that's pretty good this year. What do you feel like you guys need to do to be successful at Emmitsburg?
Yeah, they're a very good team. One of my main goals for today was just to come out of it healthy. Hopefully we get a couple wins. That would have been nice, but we got out of it healthy. Kate took a little headshot off the floor, but she'll be all right and she'll be ready to go on Thursday. We got 2 days to prepare for them, which is nice. So, we got a lot of game film to watch, and we'll get ready for them on Thursday.
Well, Brandon, we appreciate you joining us here today, and we congratulate you on getting this win here in match number 2 for you guys.
Yep, thank you.
That was head coach Brandon Steiger of the East Sac County Raiders. We're going to go ahead and talk in our post game here. I got Jeff Blankman coming back in just a second here, but, I did just want to preface that again. We did have the severe weather in our area. You heard the EAS in Calhoun County, the severe weather there. So I do just want to say we will have updates on the radio about that severe weather. We're not skipping over it, but we are going to go back to our Mackey Motors post game. Jeff, you look at the matches tonight, everyone going 1-1. I talked about it when we got here, how evenly matched every team was, and that showed tonight.
Yeah, it did, and it's nice to see, I guess, all 3 of the teams coming out with a victory. Everybody feels like they probably, could have went 2-0. I think every team feels like they went 2-0, so they'll probably be okay going 1-1. Means we've got bad weather. Let's go ahead and announce our Culver's player of the game and wrap up coverage so we can get back and do storm coverage if we need to.
For who do you think?
I'm going to go Caitlin Schmidt as my Culver's player of the game.
That's fine with me.
All right, so Caitlin Schmidt, again, from East Sac County, is our Culver's player of the game here for our final match tonight. Again, we'll run you through the scores here real quick tonight. It was Coon Rapids Baird falling to IKM-Manning as IKM-Manning wins that one tonight, 25-21, 25-22. Coon Rapids Baird defeated East Sac County 25-23 and 25-22. And it was East Sac over IKM-Manning 25-19, 23-25, and 15-12. For Troy Haas running our video production tonight, for Mason Nealon helping me with the broadcast here tonight, this is Jeff Blankman. Thank you, and thank you for listening to our triple header of volleyball coverage here tonight on KIK 106.7. Have a great night, everybody.